What's up, worshipers? You are tuned in right now with Pastor Denzel right here on Glory 93.9 FM.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. This is Wednesday, the 24th day of March. It's 5:23. We're a tad bit late. I had to get some things sorted out, but we're sorted out now, and so we're so glad that you're tuned in with us. Glory 93.9 Barbershop Talk. I can't hear myself in my ears, but I believe I do. Yeah, we all there? Well, that's all that matters. If we
Good
there,
afternoon, good afternoon.
if we there, that's all that matters. If they can hear us, that means it's good enough for me. Listen, call your friend, call your neighbor, call your friend, and me, call your cousin, call all them. Tell them, listen, Barbershop Talk is on the air. And boy, we got some things to talk about. Well, actually, I think we get one thing to talk about. We play these spin-off things. Yeah. We can go with some other takes, but glad you're tuning in. Let me see y'all holler. Those who are in the group already, y'all sharing? Y'all brothers don't share, man.
I share.
Only me want to be sharing, man. Me and Tito. Me and Tito be sharing. Carlo, you and all them groups
I
you in.
know I don't be sharing.
Because you sitting there with I can see all two of your hands. Ain't nothing moving. And unless you share by way of your earpiece, you ain't share it. Come on, man. You gotta help me get out there, man. You gotta help us share.
I don't believe you won't believe I sharing though.
I ain't seen I ain't seen no
We
movement.
can't share in the same group. I'm sharing the same group.
No, but you got all them other groups you in.
I in the same group with all y'all, man. You better know all the special on me.
Stop it. You got some other groups that don't let's call you up now. I know you got some other groups that I ain't in. Don't try that. Because I know it's a groups that you I know you it's a group.
Send me a link. I got the ambassador today.
You got it?
Yeah, you don't answer.
Yeah, way better. See my phone slow, man.
Nah, it's the phone slow now. Now you share it everywhere. Now all of a sudden, now the phone slow. I don't know which one it is.
I say, you tell you I wasn't sharing. That's all I say. Yeah, Peter get it to me.
Oh, man.
Boy, y'all Betty boy.
Good to see you, Joseph Ferguson. Good to have you on. And Nita Mo. Good to see you, Nita Mo. Good to have you up there. Others, please go ahead and share it. Anva was saying, buddy. Anva say Carlo special.
Oh, Jesus, man.
I'm going to start already.
You just reached me. What's your problem, man?
No, Carlo, definitely. That's my soldier. So, listen, we're so glad to have you with us. Of course, Carlo is here. Mr. Wilson is here. Also is Garfield is here. And Garfield here with sweater on. He's learned from the first show. Yeah. He ain't made a mistake no more.
No, y'all ain't about that brush.
Even when he swear ever since, he ain't fooling with that. And Mr. Battle is here with us, Tito Battle. All right.
Tito, you really got a son though.
I tell you,
that didn't make a
50
better
years old.
That make a better sense.
That season is over. 50 years
I
old.
know advice. That or that pants here on last week. Tito, I see on buying he the same pants on you had on last week. I almost convinced.
It's pretty good.
I hope you ain't teeth that off your close line.
Oh man, telling me. Fat boy mall.
Mr. Taylor could not be with us today. He couldn't be here. I will leave it at that for now. I prefer to read him up when he is here, not in his absence.
In person?
Yeah, I prefer that in person. So we will leave it at when he gets back here in person.
Right, powerful, it's powerful.
So anyway, a whole lot has happened over the last 7 days. While we're at it, we I didn't see the news report. I saw the clip. When does the news report air that you sent me? When did that air?
Which one that was?
The news report about Filthy.
Well, last night or night. This morning, or this morning. I think this morning.
Or literally just aired.
I think this morning.
Oh, I thought that was
Oh,
old.
that was last night.
This morning. I think that's an early morning show, right? An early morning show that's beyond.
They said that was last
Oh, that's last night. All
Okay.
right.
All right. So what we're doing, we speaking life, man, over our brother. We speaking life. Those who saw the news report, he is a brother. He is one of the brothers of the Barbershop crew, and so we are praying and believing God for his recovery. We have seen in our church. This is not one of those Holy Ghost Glory 93.9 shows, but I hear, and so anything can happen. We have seen some ridiculous healings over the last 3 weeks in particular.
So I noticed.
Brethren, we have seen about, I think we have, the count now is about 6 tumors that have been healed in the last 3 weeks. About 6 tumors. We didn't see lupus healed in the last month or so, among other things that God has been doing. So, I mean, if he could heal the cold, he could heal the flu.
Hey, Doctor,
He could heal the flu, he could heal cancer.
not to cut you off, right, Pastor?
Talk to me.
But I was watching something on Facebook on Sunday, and the pastor on Facebook was saying that he want to pull back a comment that he made. He made that he feel like, the only way for you to receive the full dose of the Holy Spirit and everything else is you have to be in the house of the Lord. Right? However, during his talks on Sunday morning in church, he recanted that statement.
This is another level of petty right here, boy.
And he spoke highly of a particular person that was home, in the confines of her 4 walls, and she was able to receive the Holy Spirit.
On another part of the world.
Hold on, excuse me, I get that my story.
Sorry, I apologize.
Let's not forget to mention that she is thousands or hundreds of millions of miles away. But I want you to know
That you heard it?
that I heard that. And hey, I agree. I was doing then. I paid attention.
Barbershop talk ready to put my loud in here, but that don't go for you.
Listen, Mara producer. We can need you. We can need you. We can need you. We can need you back behind the glass, Mara producer.
So the distinction was the fact that the person was waters away.
Waters away. She could not get here.
Right, not in town.
Absolutely.
But I just was saying
The concept
it's
is
possible.
Okay.
I'm not trying, I'm not trying. Right. I'm not saying I'm not going to visit the house of the Lord. Right. I'm not going to be present in life. I am going. I promise I go into church on Sunday to life. Right. But I'm saying by tuning in, I get still.
It's amazing what you hear when you're tuning in. Right?
Yeah. I say, listen to this. Then he say, no, get me. This will get me. He say, and I ain't even started preaching yet. I say, what a time.
Powerful. That's powerful.
I sit in my closet folding clothes and just listening and watching. I say, this purple, this purple.
Your closet not big enough for you to sit in at full closet and sit that.
I said,
That's a big closet.
That's a big closet.
that's what you get from that. That's what you get from that.
That's what I got.
That's what you get from that.
Mr. Burrows, you got.
Bro, see, you get nothing from that.
I know my closet. I half in and half out. I stand in the closet.
I definitely can't sit down if
You know what?
I was thinking him on Sunday.
Yeah.
I actually spoke to him on Sunday.
While
He was sitting in
in the closet.
Full the clothes?
And when he said
Coffee.
it,
Yeah.
I was like, you could sit in.
Your closet. Yeah. All right, that's nice.
Wow. That's what y'all get from the whole story.
No, I got
No, we got the other part of it. We just wanted to let you know that it was nice. Listen, I
The
speak.
same boss you told me you was waiting to come on. That's who said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to me.
I just make it
Listen to me. Prosperity is nothing wrong with prosperity, my brother. I wish to one day too sit in the closet and full clothes.
Yeah. But that's some daddy.
Put it like this. I wish the one day
Have a closet
where someone
could sit in it to full.
Okay,
Okay, absolutely. That's even better.
This is all powerful. This is all
Yeah,
powerful.
that's right. You know what? Moving right along.
This is all powerful.
Moving right along, Bob.
I would say though the persons across the water, they are actually making preparation to begin their own congregation because they understand the power of the corporate gathering. So it
It's
just
levels. It's levels.
yeah, I just want
Just throw that out there.
You know, 'cause I listen to the same broadcast you listen to. That same broadcast you listen to.
Church in the West.
Yeah, I was listening to that. You know. So anyway, we thank God. So we'll be believing God for our brother Philip. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can be believing God for his healing, man. God is able. And why not believe God? That's what I told people. Why not? I mean, what do we else? What we have left? We ain't nothing else left. Let's just believe God. Why not? And He is faithful and just. So let's believe Him. All right. So all you tuned in. CeeLo Great say, ask Carlo why he look like that. Why he look like that?
Oh, you look.
Oh, I from East Street. CeeLo say, oh, that East Street joke with that pants. He say he from East Street. You don't appreciate that.
Oh, I don't think it is. He from off East Street, man.
All right, that's what CeeLo say.
Stop, man. He from off East Street. They ain't live on East Street. That's still what on the pants. Well, I know he ain't thief that.
Michelle Johnson Monroe says, exactly, Madam Producer. That do not apply to Carlo.
Who else is there? That's some Lenny Brown should do that.
All right. So anyway, so let's get cracking. Of course, I think the thing that we want to put top of the list in our conversation, I don't know if we can get beyond this, is this whole deal with the DNA, the lead of the DNA. And
what's her profession, by the way? Anyone you figured that out yet?
I was told someone that
I thought she's in finance.
Someone told me she was a lawyer. I said, but I don't think she's a lawyer. I don't know.
I thought she was in finance.
Finance. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. I heard lawyer too, but I heard that was refuted.
Let me say that from it. Yeah, it is impossible that she is a lawyer. Impossible. I would be embarrassed to believe she's a lawyer. I don't think that. I would believe she'd be in corporate finance. There's no possible way she could be a lawyer.
I think she's in finance.
No. There's no way that the
she is by profession, according to Wikipedia, an attorney, a banker, a consultant.
A what? Excuse me?
A politician, a consultant, a banker, and an attorney.
I am there as well. That's what
An attorney?
Yeah, she might do what you call it.
I don't care. Listen. I don't care if she attended law class and drop out. I don't believe that. There's no way she could be an attorney.
She been a CR worker.
There's no way she could be an attorney. No way.
Yeah, the profession says attorney, banker, consultant.
Yeah. Ask Malafrey.com. Ask her on our website.
Attorney?
Ask her with
this story, we can get done for this story.
I'm sorry, nah.
You and I get into I won't be sure because I don't.
Wikipedia is lying.
Let's take a very bad turn. Let's take a bad turn.
Wikipedia ain't ending up. Oh, yeah. She's a corporate lawyer by profession.
I don't get. Listen.
That
means you have some legal training.
She has society and trust estate practitioners in the UK and participated in a number of working groups of buying financial service. She's with the Lloyd's Bank and Credit Suisse. Here we go. Canadian Imperial Bank and
here we go.
Farmers and Switzerland. She's a banker, man.
Okay.
She ain't really, don't do it like that.
No. She cannot escape.
She's a politician now.
And that makes it worse. She cannot escape.
All Patty do it.
No, we have a small. See, Carlo.
Go ahead, buddy.
Our problem, one of the biggest problems we have in this nation, is we have uninformed people, and then we have misinformed people.
Right, but there wasn't a lockup.
I don't know. I don't know. And Pastor have to tell me his opinion. I'd be very curious to know which you think is more dangerous: the uninformed or the misinformed.
The uninformed.
You think the uninformed is more dangerous? Mm-hmm. I think the misinformed is more dangerous. Me personally.
Both are dangerous, but that misinformed. See, the problem with the misinformed is that they think they know.
Right.
See, the uninformed. The uninformed. Sometimes they're a little more cautious in how they move,
and they lean back and they be like,
I don't know.
Because I don't know.
And
when they hear people battling, when they hear the misinformed battling,
then they join goods.
No, when they hear the misinformed battling, they don't know better because they don't know.
They don't know where to lead.
But the misinformed,
they battling you.
They battling you like they know.
All right, so go on with your point. Go ahead, continue.
So
let's see where it's going.
So here you have a lawyer, right?
She's a politician.
No, excuse me, sir. Well, first and foremost, anyone can be a politician apparently. Because you don't have to win not to be a politician. You could just be in politics.
Listen, that's very interesting too. I find it interesting how that word is thrown around.
It's thrown around because to be a pastor, right? I would have
hold on.
No,
because we had this conversation about Barbershop before. Anybody can be pastor, look like dude, or take pastor.
Anyone could say this a pastor.
All right then.
Anyone could be a pastor.
This is true.
You see?
Right, so it's different. But I can say I a politician not to be a politician.
This is what I just said.
Yeah. But anyway, go back to your point. I don't want to derail you again.
In order to be a politician, you would have to win something. Mm-hmm. Okay. Other than that, you are a so-called politician.
You gotta be a aspiring politician. Yeah, don't say so-called. I like that. I like that word, Garfield.
Aspiring politician.
Don't say so-called.
There's two things on there.
Yeah.
My
This-
people's stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I think there's true something.
This woman, hold on, man. This woman is.
If I offer myself as a
But this
political
woman-
leader.
Right, she's a leader of a political party. She's a
She's
politician.
a politician. We ain't question that she's a politician, right?
She's no.
You really won't go there. But tell me again, to use a leader political party, you never been there.
Yeah, but she ran for office.
So if you was a police, so you never lock up nobody that's you the police.
No. You've been in class to be a police. You've been in training to be a police.
If
you won't lock up no one,
I have $400. I meet the qualifications to enter.
I can go be a politician.
I go be a politician too.
Yeah, but that all right then. We're gonna be a politician. That does not take away from the fact that
the five of us
right.
in this room
I
could
can
form a party and call it the Brown Table Party this very minute.
right.
And we are aspiring politicians.
Yeah, but whoever is the leader is going to be known as a politician.
And Pastor Roll is the leader.
No, don't get bastard in this.
So now Pastor Roll can put on his profile. Not only
Politician.
He's a politician. He's a politician.
So he's a politician, an engineer, and a pastor.
Not a pastor.
What's
Pastor of
powerful?
the Brown Table Party. I've seen that. That's complete nonsense as well.
But that's who Tito can vote for.
But the point I was making is
Tito's made it very clear that that's who he's voting for.
Yeah.
So a lawyer, was
detained.
I don't know what she was, but let's say a lawyer was. Let's say what
a politician.
A politician.
Why do we call the person a politician?
Why do we call him by a name? The leader of the DNA party and members of the DNA
because her qualifications as a person who is learning the legal field is very important to conduct.
Go ahead, Mr. Wilson.
You were interviewed, detained, whatever you had to call it, by the police.
No, she said she was arrested. I heard her say she was arrested.
So, which is even better. So
I heard that she was arrested.
So it's even better.
I heard her say that she was arrested.
Right,
she said she was arrested?
Absolutely.
So
and I quote.
So a lawyer.
She ain't have that case.
Now let me just say this too. I like say this now. She's not a personal friend, but we've had acquaintance, and she seems to be an amazing person. I won't put that out there. I don't know any. I say she seems to be an amazing person.
I don't know her not to be, so I go with that.
Right. I don't know differently. This is not an attack on her that we're trying to do, but we're trying to lay this out. So go ahead, Mr.
I don't like this room.
I can't get scared. That's why I put the same there. I don't know where this man going.
She's detained or so-called arrested. So I sit there and I'm saying, because I also had got that tidbit that she was a lawyer, but I at that point
you digress.
I didn't digress. I said that that's an impossibility because a lawyer being arrested, that's story. Because if there's any person who should be safe when there's arrested, is a lawyer. It's a lawyer. You know your rights, and all of us in the Bahamas who have dealt with the police would be able to say this, and I can say this without fail. The lawyer maybe learned law better than the police who arrested him.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to me, there's no fear. And when I saw the clip, all the whispering and girl and the smiling girl on, I said, well, boy, this thing going on.
That was very.
Mr. Wilson, your fans want to hear you clear. They say, yeah, Michael, let me fix your mic because your fans want to say they want to hear Wilson clear.
Yeah.
That was very interesting to me too.
You saw
a lot of whispering and leaning over,
and I was like,
"This." So what's going on here?
But so that's one part. The part that annoyed me the most. I saw the honorable member, Miss Glennis Hannah Martin, throw up her hands and immediately called the name of Mr. Barbershop. And I stopped and I told her, say, well, hold on. So now in this country where we live in, when someone is arrested immediately,
it's the government fault.
It's the Minister of National Security fault.
Yes.
So Marvin Gaye, so the position of Ms. Hannah Martin would be that if the PLP, who many people believe to be the next government, so whoever is the Minister of National Security, when someone gets arrested, I must call immediately for that. That's nonsense.
Now you didn't jump a couple of topics now. I want to do it one by one.
Yeah, you all over the place.
So let's go first with this idea of her being arrested before you get to those who came to her rescue.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that first point.
You have to be in trouble to be rescued, but that's
I didn't watch the clips. I didn't watch the clips. I didn't read anything. What was she detained for?
No one is saying. Like no, in the interview, Marvin Dame said she didn't ask for permission to have that protest.
Right.
Or Paul Rose.
But she said
Did
no.
Mom-
He said that. He
Right.
said because he said the
They
group of
blocked.
people,
They blocked 2
he
lanes.
said the other group of people who had a protest asked for permission, and then he referred to them as they had a thing, but they didn't ask for permission.
I'm glad you mentioned Marvin Dame because I have an issue with him as well. My issue, no, I'm getting issues.
You're plenty issue,
But
Peter.
my issue is, see, Marvin Dames also was indulgent slackness because I wasn't answering no questions that did nothing to do with me. I wasn't the arrested officer. What you asking me this for? I don't have nothing to do with this.
The commissioner of police already.
But we all know. We all know why.
Why?
We all know why.
Why?
I'm not agreeing with it.
No, say why.
Because everything equates back to certain
see,
parties' fault.
That's how they get themselves in
But
trouble.
why is that? You know why that is?
Because that is the narrative that is built in the country
No.
over the years.
Because they have fostered it, and they being the people in power fostered it.
That's
we
the
on four. We didn't move on 4 different people now. Who we on first now?
That's
Who
okay.
we gonna do first? Let's deal with the DNA first.
Let's do the
I won't go piece by piece. I will get the DNA. Then I will get my good friend brother Dames.
Yeah.
And then let's say I won't get. I just want to focus.
So
let me just clarify. I will get. What I'm saying is there are different topics.
Get to that.
Everyone get to piece by piece.
So let's
focus on the DNA.
So it's not saying that I won't get nobody.
So let's
now,
focus.
Peter, on the other hand, I think he won't get people.
Yeah.
I don't want to get nobody.
Yes, I won't get
All
to
right.
you.
So
I do. You are right.
So what's being said now is
Let's go with the DNA.
The DNA was detained for violating the congregating laws or policies or whatever it is.
Right.
They didn't get permission.
The protest
Right.
laws.
They didn't get permission, and I did it at 2 lanes blocked up, and so they blocked traffic, and so they were blocking the traffic. So I don't know. I don't know.
In this report, he said when they charged the square,
Or they charge the square.
he said they charged the square, and officers was hurt as they charged the square.
I don't believe that.
What the Minister of National Security said,
Thanks.
and I listened to this but 3 times.
Thanks.
What he said
Thanks,
was,
I listened once, but go ahead.
he said,
I listened to it.
because I wanted to be sure,
Yeah.
because I don't want to misquote
Brother Davis.
Your good friend. Your
Your
good
good
friend.
friend, man. He says that the police were willing, and my words, to give them a blight
Right,
for not having the permit.
to prevent.
However, the actions that they took, whether it appeared or by their actions, it seems as though they were trying to move into the House of Assembly
Yeah, they charged. You said they charged.
and move there. Now, and I didn't find the story, but I remember hearing that in a story. I don't know if it's a news story or a film story, but back 3 weeks ago, I remember hearing that the DNA wanted to go into the House Assembly.
Yeah.
We're taking their protests into the House Assembly.
But people have done that. But let's stay for the record. Persons have protested different causes in the House of Assembly over a myriad of years. Absolutely.
Right. So what was said is that their attempt to do that and how it was done is where commissioner says, now y'all didn't cross the line.
Which I have no issue with. Which I have no issue with them taking their protest in the House of Assembly. By the way, let me say that for the record.
So however, with the manner in which they did that,
Protesting is your right, people. I have no issue.
Protesting on the
But you
outside.
gotta have a permit though.
On the outside or inside?
See that whole thing, but having a permit. See now we can see because I cost is going to a whole lot different.
well, see now, hold on. Let's make it clear.
If I have
That
to-
the
if I have to-
DNA presence, the DNA leader,
Mm.
Sister Komalafi, she says they were not protesting.
Testing.
They were giving away flyers. See, that's why I said let's go one by one.
Okay,
I got a problem with that because when I saw the video, I saw placards.
right. So you will see no flyers.
You know,
Placard and flyers, 2 different things all together.
and
Yeah.
hold on.
and I saw that's the video. I can hear what they're saying because they had masks on.
I also saw
But
that
that
video.
right there,
I saw that video.
whenever you see
Yeah,
and you see that ain't flyer. I don't do it when I give a flyer. When I give a flyer, I give a flyer.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming. See you.
Well, in theory, if someone had given her the flyer during that saying her assertion that they was given a flyer could have been correct.
But would the assertion that they were not protesting also be correct?
That would also be correct.
How can I not be correct if I can see you doing that?
Because it is obvious at that moment you were giving her no flyer.
So, are you sure that she said their intention was to give out flyers.
Absolutely.
Their intention was
absolutely.
Their intention.
Yes.
That's what she said.
That
She said very clearly
That they
on my good friend Clint Watson show.
Yeah.
She says
Yeah.
we were giving out flyers. We'd gone to several other
And
communities.
he gave her time.
She said this, and I am quoting her. She said we had gone to several communities, and this is our last stop.
Yes, that's
So Russell Square was the last stop.
The last community that we was going to was the downtown community.
I thought there would have been a follow-up. I also thought one of our lead journalists would have followed that up, but
that's my personal friend.
Yeah,
I was a bit disappointed there.
Yeah, we let that
he
go.
allowed that to slide.
We let that go. But even him, if you look at the body language, was a bit flabbergasted.
This is a flyer giveaway.
Yeah.
That's what was said. Now, I only saying what was said.
I try to defend people. Right? They've been a couple of communities.
Right.
And this is the last one.
The last stop.
Bay Street.
In the middle of the day.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day.
Flyers.
What time, man? What's the biggest community?
Interior, that's one of the biggest communities here. Because if you pass those flyers, you can get people.
That down close. Only couple places open.
Yeah, but people going east.
But the bus run through there.
Bus run there. People going east.
But the bus ain't stopping for that now.
No more.
But while again, you can drop a flyer in the window. Big flyer.
Listen, if they could have just walked downtown and put all the flyers on people car that would spark and just continue on their Georgie way, if they was just giving those flyers. Miss Kumala.
But then they happened to see that Parliament was in at the same time, so you might as well kill two birds with one stone.
So let's get those flyers too.
Yeah, and I got a bull on.
Let's keep.
And I got a bull on in my car.
And I got some placards. And I just saw enough for placards. With the marker.
With the marker. And then another group happened to be there. So
I remember hearing they were protesting. I heard they said to me on that same day that they were protesting the emergency orders or whatever the case is. That's what I was told from that day. Now, I didn't do much investigation, but I remember that day because I remember where I was when that thing was getting done.
See, I will go into the post.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
As the leader of a political party that is trying to make a difference in our country.
Are they anyway?
Listen, hold on. Listen. That is.
You actually making a statement.
No. I say, what the word is then? Presumably, whatever they want to make it a change, right?
Right.
Isn't there a different way to get your points across rather than doing it the same?
No, boy.
The
PR they get off this nonsense they do last the other day.
But it's smoking hot right now.
They
smoking hot.
And see, that's my.
So you gotta tell me the coalition and Russell's gotta get locked up next then.
It could be. Well, the coalition going to get them from being locked up.
They already got locked up. That person already got locked up.
They hot too.
Yeah, they hot. They
already got
locked
locked up. They got locked up before.
Before.
How much time? You mean recently? During the coalition or for something else?
No, during the coalition they got locked up when they had the thing on Billy.
It don't make no sense if we don't.
Yeah, just came out.
It don't make no sense if we don't get locked up.
Remember they were supposed to do the march.
There's no other way for me to show you that I fight for your freedom if I ain't sure you're willing to go to jail for your freedom.
That's what you're going to jail for.
But he get out of jail pretty quick though.
Well, listen, go to jail.
He ain't going to jail though.
He got
being detained and really good up the road is two different things.
Yeah, I know one thing.
I'm willing to go.
I'm willing
to be detained for you, but I
will go. But you getting up and when the bus door close, clack.
Oh no, I don't want to feel all the people. No.
The minute you get up there,
no.
You sit back and say, no, this ain't really waited. No, I don't know.
But if you wait till you get it, it's too late.
Bear in mind now. Me and you drive from Washington Square, from Nassau Street to Fox in about 15, 20 minutes based on traffic.
Right. Yeah.
You jump in a little bus and the dog go clack. It take you 6 minutes, bro.
But
and that's 6 minutes your whole life that flash your eyes. You know what? I don't think I want to fight for your freedom no more.
Back to the
so
dog.
You get the teen all you want.
The dog and pony show that we were witnessing.
Yeah, man.
In front of the police station.
See, we jump in. Let's still jump in. All right. So do we agree then what was wrong? So do we agree that it was we go DNA first. That the DNA was wrong. All right for what they did on that day.
Yes.
No permit.
I don't think you should have to get a permit to protest.
Okay, but I
think that's eliminating the point. If I have to tell you I come out there to protest,
then you could prepare for it. So that don't make sense.
That don't make sense.
So
then you can sneak through the back door. You sneak through the back door and dock the protesters.
Well, I want. Listen, if do you think when Pillin throw the mace out of the Right Honorable Lyndon Pillin throw the mace out the window, you think he told him he was throwing the mace out the window?
You can't compare. You compare that. But that's
You think he asked me to show the base of the military people were downstairs protesting. I wonder if that was a dog and police show us.
Probably. That's where it all started.
We ain't gonna get to that because that may cause
That's another problem again.
That was state.
I was struggling.
But if the police,
I was struggling with that idea that that you need a permit to do it, and I guess that's what the rules are.
Yeah.
And I guess for the case of for traffic control, for mitigation, for police, because usually when you get a permit, that gives you police escort.
right.
Yeah.
Like I know when we do a parade, our convention, we do a parade, we get permission. Because I struggle with that too. I say we church man, we march in the streets, take these streets for Jesus. They need a permit because we will make sure while you're marching for Jesus, that these children don't get knocked down.
Yeah.
We will make sure we give you all the escort. So I could understand that
on the two
side
sides.
component.
But
now
not
I
only-
also believe though, if a permit is declined, I believe it should be declined with explanation.
Okay,
That's my only
fair
thing.
enough.
It should be declined.
I
It
agree
should
with
be
that.
declined.
I don't think it should be. And if you
should
decline it, you
have
better.
verbal,
Yeah.
you should have permission, but it shouldn't be declined.
See, my issue is if I protested, for example, if I want to protest the prime minister on whatever issue I feel he wrong of to this day, and I had to put in my protest, he may duck me.
Yeah, man. Of course, he go to the side door.
Not he might.
He go to the side door.
Yeah.
He go to the side door.
So I've eliminated my greatest element, which is the element of surprise.
Yeah, you know. Well, if one of you going up with just you, okay, you won't need no permit for just you.
Yeah.
But you all in there. But
But they ain't careful, shall be they beat. They
lock you up.
lock me up.
But if what Pastor's saying is true, right?
Right.
If what Pastor's saying, Mr. DM said is true, the police decide, hey, listen, we can give you all this fly. We can let you all continue to do your thing.
Right.
Give out flyers, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then y'all get rowdy and woody, then y'all detain them.
Right.
Don't feed them, don't get them warm with no calls. Nothing.
But that ain't what.
But what was
said.
said was, why wait to lock them up? Why not lock them up right away if they're being unruly?
Correct.
At that time.
That's a.
Now,
Why not do it right away?
I don't put as much weight on that as everybody else does.
I
can decide not to.
But
I decided, listen, I am a cause no big. I ain't trying to cause no big ruckus.
Right.
Because if there's ready all fired up, everybody all fired up down here downtown.
Well, in theory,
and it was, I mean, I don't think it's 1,000 of them, but it was about 100 or change. Let me do. I don't know how much it was. Let's say.
Jesus, how much y'all got?
Let's.
You rode with 600 deep. Nevertheless,
but Tito them run Facebook. That's them. They Facebook.
But in theory,
on Facebook.
But in theory,
they Facebook gangsters.
Yeah.
and that's what annoyed me the most, because it sounded to me like initially what had happened was a meeting about an incident that happened, and I wanted the heads to come here so I could tell y'all what y'all did was wrong. Then certain people took that meeting and ran with it, which is why the cameras and the press and everything was there. Which is why that became, as I said, a dog and pony
Now,
show.
Commissioner said it was for questions.
Right, for questions.
However, according to leader of the DNA, she says that the officer explained y'all are arrested.
But she asked the officer if they arrested.
because
Because see, when you put officer in that position, usually you will hear, you lock up. All right, since you will go that way.
Because husband looked like he was distraught. He was out there walking up down the road.
Here's something from an officer here on Facebook, Nita Mo. She says, now I didn't know this to be true. So you educating me. You have to be arrested to be questioned. You have to be questioned to go before the courts. So someone said, I don't understand. She said, I don't understand the point about her being arrested. Well, I didn't know that to be true.
So a police officer can't ask a citizen a question without them being arrested?
I guess you
I
got
don't know you could bring them in for questioning.
Like questioning, not ask a question.
But see, that's what I said. I don't think it was being brought in for questioning, because there was nothing to question.
No crime.
There was nothing to question. But I know what y'all do. I don't have to question you.
Yes,
I just will let you know what happened can't happen again.
And that's
So
why
I
you
just
gotta
want to
go.
have a discussion
on that, and I will have a discussion with the leaders, not no Joe Blow.
So you trying to say? So what she says? Listen, they call me down to the station. Let's ride.
Yes,
Get the bus.
and
We get
force
the hand of the law.
to force you to do what you did.
Yeah.
So, one officer told me this one time. He said, whenever you go on the street and you start talking to these fellas and you ask them questions, and then they start, because a lot of them boys on the street know the law better than us.
Mhm.
We ain't know the law. They know the law. So I lock up. Usually when you ask the police that, yes, no problem.
That's
because we know you know something.
very
You know
rare,
the law. You know. So
very rarely. listen, we just watch Cops, another 48 Hours, all them other shows. Very rarely, unless the police don't have no evidence on you and they really have to let you go.
Right.
When you want to be bold, you ask her,
If I lock up?
If I lock up?
Yes.
The answer is yes. Yes, you lock up.
You are. No
Said
problem.
you would know. Say yeah, you lock up.
Now, you could have been nice and sit here and cooperate with me. You may not have been locked up. But now you want to play smart. I see you smart.
So you lock up.
You lock up.
So ask me.
And they get all you for the officers still there, and they go you for 48.
No, they increased it.
They used to do what?
I think
72, eh?
72.
They go to 72 now?
Yeah, I think
Let's
72.
put you in the 72. But I ain't no fun making actions on the force no more. I gotta keep my mouth closed.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Rich, if I was the police or did he, which is what would happen?
You to get them on Friday.
I put them that's good. Ice gun late Friday. They was after, since y'all will play. We won't play. Let's play. So and then I would have given the next group, y'all gonna have the whole weekend to have this town for yourself.
Somebody said when you decide to protest without a permit, be prepared to get arrested.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Well,
and if you are that strong that you believe in your cause, well, go there knowing that I could get arrested.
What the particular cause was, by the way?
They're talking about the
emergency orders.
Oh, they may have had me.
Yeah, there's some emergency orders.
Because I with them.
So
them on that.
So all right, so
they got me. They got me.
You on there trying to ride the summit through the mud. You don't even know what you're there protesting for.
No, but you can't fake it though.
Now let's go back to the commissioner. Right or wrong? How you feel?
The commissioner.
So you're hold on across the room. DNA, they right or wrong for what they did.
They wrong.
They wrong because they was given according to you. They was given a chance.
No, it according to me. According to what the man said.
According to what the man said. According to what DM say.
No, that was wrong from the. They was wrong from the start. First and foremost, if we putting on a dog and pony show, it don't have to be 9 us. Let's make this realistic. Let's have 2 us out there. Okay? And I don't need to be in no suit, my DNA colors. Y'all know what I represent. That's the first thing. I don't need to have on my green tie for this. Okay? Y'all know I represent the DNA. Then what happened is the camera didn't need to be too close. See, it was all optics. The camera should have been across the road so the people don't know the camera there. But because the camera was there, everyone was arcing a particular road. If the camera was in there, we would get a better show. See, if the camera was across the road and the police didn't know the camera was there, man, we could get a real show. But they had to put the camera there closer. Everyone ran the green.
Everyone played their part.
Everyone played their part. Everyone gone inside so nicely. You ever see any people been detained so calmly?
No.
Because we've all near seen people been detained.
It don't be calm.
I am.
And it don't go like that.
No, it don't be calm.
Am I arrested? I am? Okay. And then I whisper to my co-leader or whatever. We talk about it. Then he whispered it. I think, okay.
When he lean over and he whisper, it's like, what you doing?
Okay. I almost want to see if I could get this to play. Wonder how I want my producer, if my producer can. That's the thing. I think I try to send it to that phone number. What is this again? It's 828.
So
there's someone that knows the law,
and they're telling us exactly
how it works. Not what happened with that case,
but how it works.
How the system works.
Who was right?
Kumalafi.
The lead, one of your leaders?
No.
Honestly, this leader is LB.
No, but it sounds like
you see they are now trying to. Well, they are saying the public wants them to come together as Mr. Bean will be the leader and she will be the deputy leader.
Who in the public one then?
So I watch Facebook.
Say raise your hand.
Yeah, who in the public one?
So I watched Facebook, Mr. Wilton, and I've seen the comments coming in.
Yeah.
And so let's see if we get to play.
Hold on.
Go for it. I ain't there. Which line that is?
Let's follow the line.
No, that line. This one, yeah. Where it is? That's that one. I think that one there. All right, let's try it again. Go for it again. You heard? You heard headphones? I don't have headphones.
I
couldn't hear. And,
we couldn't hear that. We couldn't hear.
You all straight.
You hear
it's all the way up.
You can hear it?
I get a little bit.
You heard something?
I don't hear anything.
Okay, we can't hear it here in studio.
Madam producer.
Those of you who listening, can y'all hear it?
I can play it again.
Play it again. Let me know those who watch it if they can hear it. We're having some issues with our headphones. I'm trying to find my answer to sort this out. If those who listen, let me know if you can hear it, please.
But
listen, they can't hear it. They can't hear it.
But back to what we're saying. So you saying Mr. Albee, Mr. Lincoln Bain.
Let's try it again.
But what would make him the leader, by the way?
Well, now you're only going off of what Facebook say and what they on their walkabout
No, ain't nothing there.
gathered this information.
Right. So we have no actual.
Right. This is not
Okay.
actual facts.
Okay,
This
good.
is
All right. Good.
right.
Why he should be the leader?
Right.
So
That's
he,
your boy?
so he was explaining last night. So I watched it.
Why should he be the
Again,
leader?
again,
He's
so
a
we-
failed
we-
candidate before.
So listen. So he was.
Is she a failed candidate? Did
Yes,
she
she
run?
is.
She ran?
Yes.
She went.
Yeah.
She get her the.
Kilani.
Did she get her? She get her the boss back?
No.
No. She
Now,
did.
let me say what the what
Boy, if you ain't get the boss back, you can't be leader.
the
Yeah.
person who just now who gave me the clarity said, listen, don't be afraid to say arrested.
Yeah.
The police cannot detain you.
They have to arrest you.
They have to arrest you. They arrest you for questioning.
Okay.
And when it's time for you to be brought before the courts, that interview and that you provide during that, we send a voice note producer
To the phone
here, and we're trying to play it over the line, but we can't hear it. Now I don't know if it's our headphones or
Some past the door.
something I do.
But yes, but in that theory of they
It's that one there, right?
of their little group,
But only that,
Mr. Bean would have to be the leader because he got us deposit.
Let's press them, gentlemen.
Hold on.
Let's see if we can get this playing.
I can give you the history.
I don't need this. I don't need his history. I wouldn't.
I do to them.
He's a nice person, but I wouldn't. I don't need his history.
He's shaking the gate.
That's all he do.
Shaking the gate.
That's all he do.
I know it's
All them was
basically.
there shaking the gate.
Listen,
the
man,
boat,
I ain't
when
like.
people get injured on the boat,
Listen,
Go
all them
into the
was
thing
there
up,
shaking the
the
gate.
Hmm?
he has been out there before fighting for the people.
Yeah, I tried to turn up too. It's still in there.
Yeah.
Tito, you had the earphones now? The folks online said they couldn't hear it. All right, they said they can't hear it.
I don't know what this is. I hear they're talking.
When he was
That's your mind.
when he was an aspiring candidate, when he was an aspiring candidate for the FNF, he was fighting for who he's fighting for at that point.
He's fighting for Minister Love.
Who he's fighting for that point?
Minister Love.
Play it originally.
That's what he's fighting for.
You don't do that for true?
Well, yeah, the same goes.
Yeah.
So that's what he's fighting.
Anyway, we go on it. If we can't get it, we
Yeah,
go on it.
that's just, but the context of what the police are saying is
You have
Is-
to be arrested to be questioned.
right.
point blank.
So,
You can't be detained.
the point she's making is don't be afraid to say she was arrested.
Right.
So don't
So-
answer. They say
Oh,
ain't
so
no
she-
issue there.
So she was arrested.
She was arrested.
And because of her legal background, she probably asked the question because she wanted to be arrested.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
To be officially questioned, you
I
have
got
to be
you.
taken
I can hear it.
into
I got you now.
custody. You have to be given your rights, and
But
certainly
then-
told that you don't have to comment if you don't want to. You have to be
I hear
given
it, but I
certain
still
set of
hear it.
rights.
All right, let's go back. We get back now. Let's
You
go
have
back.
to be questioned, be sent before the courts because you have to be
All right, here
custody.
we go.
You have to be given your rights, and
I hear it.
You ready now? Let's go. Okay.
okay. For you to be officially questioned, you have to be taken into custody. You have to be.
But the people on the radio, they may be able to hear it better than us, but I can't hear it.
You don't have to comment if you don't want to. You have to be given certain set of rights.
Yeah, you gotta put some.
You have to be questioned to be sent before court because you have to be interviewed under caution. They're going to explain to you that caution. For you to be able to identify the court for you to charge.
Anyway, I mean, the point is,
that official arrest and the caution interview has to take place. Otherwise, you don't have to go to the police. So, yeah, that's why we don't
all right. So,
Yeah. So basically, they saying the police can't question you unless they arrest you. And in order for you to get charged before the courts, these questions have to be made under the prep when you arrested.
and any person with a legal degree
Yeah.
would know this.
Yeah. I agree.
Right.
So that's what you really. That's what you.
And that was the initial point. Any person with a legal degree,
Initial point. That's what you're.
yeah, that any person with a legal degree would know this. So for you to claim this major hoopla, it's outright nonsense. Because you are not a layman, a average Bahamian with no legal background who don't understand the law. So you understand what happened. But nevertheless, you were detained, arrested, however it went, because of actions on said day, and that's your part of it. And whoever followers want to believe that Marvin Dames wake up, that happened yesterday. So Marvin Dames will either went to bed Monday night, wanted you to be arrested, or wake up Tuesday morning, wanted you to be arrested. So if you believe that theory or whatever, then
My question is then who what? Like later on, like who went back and said, we need to bring these
Because
guys
you nip it
in?
in the butt. You got to nip it in the butt. Commissioner might have made the call and say, listen, y'all call in. We'll have the conversation up because.
No, I just asked.
No, I'm saying because they may feel like
weeks later, like
if you
who
can
would
get
say,
away with it.
Let's deal with these guys for not having a permission to protest.
you want me to be honest with you?
Because I think it was a second attempt.
The day the fact that happened on the Tuesday and Parliament meets on Wednesday.
Okay.
To me, when I looked at it, when I thought about it, that was like, okay, let me nip this now
Let me have this conversation.
before
You want to try and get away with it again?
again.
Yeah. So that might have come down. We don't know, but it might have come down for the commissioner. He say, listen, y'all call him in. Y'all have that. Y'all question him.
He said well, he alluded to the fact that didn't sound like that come from him. Because he ain't say it come down for me. But he just addressed some issues.
Who, Commissioner?
Yeah.
He said, I have to call.
No, but I said, did he make the call?
He said it's my call. He said
No, I mean that he was responsible for them coming in to be arrested
the
for the big
commissioner
question.
said I made the call. He ain't flinch on that. All right then.
Yeah, but you have to nip these things in the butt.
Rich is, but see, that's his
But
job.
that's too though.
That's it. No, but you want to be there. That's his
That's
job.
his responsibility.
That's his responsibility.
That ain't nothing to do with Marvin
That has
James.
nothing to do with Mr. James.
That ain't nothing to do with Marvin James.
Rich, we'll jump to the third point before we shouldn't, but we can jump to the third point. Which is why I was highly disappointed in Mr. James.
For commenting on that.
For commenting.
Yeah.
Because,
But that's a catch-22. Let me tell you why I said it. Because
I want you to argue this
if we don't comment,
right, what is going to be said?
you'll be this and that. And
Yes.
a bunch of unnecessary.
No.
So
because
I see that. Let's be real now.
Right.
The F&M government at this point, every member of parliament, every sitting member of the F&M parliament is heavily scrutinized for everything.
as they should be.
Agreed.
Good.
However,
Uh-huh.
by him not making a statement,
Right.
it'd be like, oh, this ain't important enough for him to comment on.
But you would have ready.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
But you're
voted with
not
that.
reading the majority.
During a
Read the majority.
excuse me, sir.
Why is the minister? Oh, sorry, man.
Take off.
Yeah.
Why does the Minister of Security feel pressured to give any commentary on arrest or whatever the case is? Because my thing is that all he should say is that this is a police matter.
Y'all deal with
This is not a policy matter. It's a police matter.
And you want me to tell you what
I
even
agree.
more
But the
disingenuous?
Bahamian narrative does not point in that direction.
We got to break that nonsense.
Yeah, but if we ain't breaking it,
But
I
he's
mean, why we
already
take
got-
why
but
we
he's
take it
already
on?
gotten in trouble for that. There was a case that is now adjudicated, right? For Mr. Frank Smith. That was in our national headlines that politicians, ex-politicians, talking about the fact that our Minister of National Security was getting questions and sticking his nose in a matter that he should not be. And you had persons who are in the opposition now saying that, and they were correct to say that the Minister of National Security should not be in no matter of the police. So I find it,
Okay.
this is why.
So all right, so right. So okay, hold on now. So let's raise this point. Let's raise this point. He has done it before,
right.
right?
And was reprimanded.
So why he's reprimanded,
Yes.
but he's still doing it?
So what your point is?
No. I guess the
So
reprimand.
people be reprimanded for 2 days on that.
I'd still do it.
So I mean, so that's his thing. That's what he decided to do.
But again,
Makes him look guilty.
So I guess that's fine. As far as he's concerned, he don't care.
Mr. Better, it does, which is why I said I was highly disappointed.
Yes.
Because when
Why are you disappointed in somebody that doing what they want to do? That's what they want to do.
Because when you come to me and you ask me to comment on this matter, my first question to you
Yeah,
is,
Peter, your name is Peter Wilson.
excuse me,
You ain't
1
Marvin
second.
Dames, and
my
you ain't
first
looking for the
comment-
limelight.
My first comment to you is, do you think that me as Minister of National Security
Should answer that
should
question.
answer that question?
Obviously, him don't think like that.
And that's a problem. And that's a problem.
But yeah, but this is what they
That
saying
is
though.
why I
Like,
would be saying this is
I-
why I would get why
Yeah,
I would
man,
get
I mean-
Mr. Dames. That is why.
so now
So Peter, your thing is Dame should have done the same.
Not to say
I totally agree.
and Mr. Dames
And I totally agree.
I'm not
Mr. Dames
disputing
coming
anything
so
you are saying.
forcefully about the right or
But
wrong.
only when you're guilty.
But all this would make it. He thinks And him clearing up the situation makes him look good.
No, it makes it
That
look
boy
Yeah.
don't make you look good.
I agree. See,
He
this
makes
goes,
the dog
but-
and pony show actually work the ticket.
Actually was, and then
Hold on now. What is this dog and pony show that y'all keep on
Tuck
referring
shop,
to?
tuck shop.
What is this dog and pony show?
It's the same as
What are
tuck
y'all?
shop.
What are y'all classifying as a dog?
that
What
whole-
element?
that whole circus.
I understand it, but what do you call it? What is circus?
That whole
That whole event that day. Yeah.
arrested, being persecuted by the F&M, by the mean spirited F&M.
All they was trying to do was get some marketing PR.
So who was the ringmaster? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who was the ringmaster of this circus?
All do them.
You want to be honest? Because I want you to know.
Because I try to understand who this ringmaster is.
So hold on. So
Both people were there.
come on our face, the ringmaster and Dame sister.
No, I want to hear from Mr. Wilson. Who is the ringmaster? Because you said it's a circus.
And the best political person in that whole
And the best
thing,
actor goes to
Miss Glennis Hanneman. She wins. She wins. All right.
So you putting a sponsor? You putting as a sponsor for this ringmaster for this circus?
She got the best publicity out of it by and having to do none of the work involved in it. Because she didn't have to get the date.
I even forget.
But there she came like a roaring
roaring hero. I know
Like
that,
a
man.
lion.
I really like. I shouldn't be calm because I listened to the story. So how she get here? What happened?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
This man jump up and say she is
the defender of the people.
defending the people. Say she is highly upset.
So she defending the DNA.
No.
She didn't care what it's a DNA.
That was the DNA.
Right.
She said it was right. She said she's defending that person from being persecuted by the F&M government.
But you should have the right to protest.
You should have the right to protest.
Oh, that's what she's saying. So she's saying number
I see
for the time.
And then
Butler
everybody
was
else
there,
turning along.
Which butler?
Loretta Butler.
What's up?
Yeah, she was.
She was out there.
Oh,
So hold on, man.
All right, P.
future leader of the F&M.
So
So you
hold
know
on,
what that
man.
means?
So hold on.
Everyone
She said she's out of politics, by the
No,
way.
there's
But-
their
but-
fault. But you know there's their fault. No, there's their fault.
The right
LB
honorable members of the politics as well too, but he was called.
But you know there's their.
their.
But hold on, now, hold on.
right
And
behind her.
parenthetically,
LB is
where
right behind her.
Mr. Christie got his shot, he look like he in shape, look like he in the gym.
Hold on. We did we look at this? Did we
Anyway,
look at
let's
this?
go back.
Did we look at this?
I digress.
Did we look at this?
So
You say, hold on now. You say Glennis and Martha was there.
All right.
Right? Hold on.
PLP.
No. No, that's not use. Let's not
I
use
can use
politics for
I
one
can use
second.
it.
Just
But I
follow
can
me.
use it.
Glennis and Martin was there
PLP.
because Kumalafi was arrested.
A woman was
Right?
arrested.
A woman.
I-
A woman.
I come into that question next.
Kumalafi, Glennis and Martin, I all saying Loretta Butler.
Yeah.
Three very powerful
Half of them in
politicians.
the building.
You think that's a hoax?
Well, let's not say three powerful politicians. And then you throw it up.
Yeah, I just saying like that.
So
Making a
why-
figure.
so why-
I will say influential.
Influential,
There was
right?
one-
Influential.
There was one powerful politician.
Influential.
So why you only call LB? Because he's right there.
We talking about the
Who's
females.
LB? I don't know who LB is.
Mr. Bean.
Who's LB?
Mr.
You know,
Lincoln
customer.
Oh, Lincoln Bain. Okay, all right.
We ain't talking
All
about
right.
that.
We don't want talking no quotes. We don't want to know.
Capacity with Mr. Bean.
LB.
Oh, Mr. Bean was there taking videos, and when Mrs. Butler Turner was speaking, he was right on the side of Miss Butler Turner.
Let me get some comments online because the comments are building up, and I will make sure I don't misrepresent none of the brethren or the people who comment.
Don't be no demon comment today though.
I got this is very this is earlier on. This is on this idea. Winning doesn't mean you are not something. Anva says this is so petty. I had to read this. For years, the Jets didn't win a CFL championship.
Wow.
Could you say that they weren't a football team?
Wow.
That's what you, Mr.
I'll
Wilson.
be honest with you. I used to say that a lot. You know, but that's right. I was saying it a lot.
That was a tough
all right,
That was a dark shot.
Show your ring, yeah?
these are the folks who's complaining that they couldn't hear Peter, so they can hear. They can hear him now. He got a little loud. I think we're fixed now.
Wow.
I think Anva said. I think they were looking for publicity.
Absolutely.
And
they got it.
they had to tread lightly.
They got what they...
Damien says her protest was 19 days ago. Donnelly Pete says, good afternoon. I'm totally uninformed on what this conversation is all about. I guess you and Carlo together, Donnelly. Damien said it's about the leader of the DNA being detained. Oh, she's in. Damien is bringing Donnelly up to speed.
All right. Way to go, David.
Good job, Damien. Anva says now the intent may have been to give out flyers, and it happened to turn
Like I said,
into a protest.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no, this is 19 days ago.
Some protesters
March
happen
3rd.
organically.
March something.
March
That was
3rd.
one of the things they were saying. Why so late?
Kevin Stacy, hey, how you doing?
We behind on it, boy.
um,
Don't gotta give me the topics before I come on the show and embarrass me.
Julian says, Julian says, welcome back, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, thank you, Julian.
Michelle says, without a permit, there would be total chaos. You got to have the permit for some kind of
chaos
order.
Is a part of chaos is a
But
part
it's part of white protesting,
part of
eh?
white protesting.
That's the intent, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like if I want to block up a road, I tell you want to block up a road, I can't get permission.
But then the public safety aspect hit me that I had to because you don't want something bad happen.
No.
And then no one to be liable. You see? So
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get it from that standpoint.
Yeah. And you don't really have freedom of speech in Bahamas. You think so, but you don't. We believe in the United States.
But
we
because,
the United States.
of course we don't. Of course we don't have freedom
No,
of
you
speech.
really don't.
No, because some things should get other things should get aired in the paper and aired on the TV.
That's what I'm saying. So
everybody be taught scared. I ain't touching this.
See,
I ain't touching that. I ain't comment on this and all that.
CNN and Fox News and stuff and get excited.
Anva says, Peter, come on, man. Can he not have a change of heart? Could he not be fed up with what continues to go on and decide that he wants to change things?
No.
You cannot continue to beat up the man based off of his past.
I will.
Oh.
And I love him to death. Lincoln. I beat him up.
Oh yeah.
I love him to death.
He done been up and down, back and forth. That's plenty changing.
Not even.
Everybody been
up and down. Almost then try one for every political
Listen, I
party.
need you to start wearing that shirt with that logo on it because you working hard.
Unlike some of the weaker politicians, and this is one thing with me and Tito and I would agree with. Unlike some of the weaker politicians, I stand Lincoln in his face and he's taken. He don't run from it.
Yeah, he ain't running from nothing. He don't run from nothing though.
No, you don't run from nothing.
He don't run from nothing though.
Don't come with your right down speech.
Point.
You trying to make yourself look good.
Right.
We want you to come in the lion's den and answer the tough questions. Don't come with your paper.
Vito Smith said they could hold you for 72 hours now just to kill your time. Reno says Reno asked he asked a question. Reno says so the entire thing was staged, arranged. That's his question.
Yes, sir.
And Nita Mo responds and says, Rito, apparently so.
Yep.
They laugh it. They say I'm waiting to hear to what end. Michelle is clarifying that Lincoln being LB. Edison hey Edison, good to see you. Edison says, who is that perennial objector? Who mentioned the perennial objector? That was you?
You gotta catch up back on that.
Yeah, I would hear exactly what Edison, because Edison, he on something too. I gotta watch Edison. I know Edison and Pete on the same side.
He's a good guy.
He's a good man. That's my personal friend. That's my,
Peter,
I'm careful with calling people personal friend. Yeah. Kyle Murray says, for the DNA, it was nothing more than a statement that went wrong. For the government, it was a matter of gaining respect and soothing their ego. My thing is that how do we dismiss the fact that this could have legitimately been the commissioner of police saying, I don't like this.
That's all it is.
Why are we even dismissing that possibility?
Because the narrative does not allow Bahamas to think logically. Everything is politically driven.
No,
right.
It's politically driven.
But we can't. Listen, it's not fair. It's not fair to say.
Dan did it right away. So if a criminal does something, you saying let's just wait before we go and arrest
them. All right, then. Okay. So
what's the odds of all us in this show up in a gray shirt with blue stripes? What's the odds?
It's unlikely.
Right?
Yeah.
So for all us to show up to the station with green apparel on meant what?
When are you saying that them going? You saying that the whole operation that day was
definitely coordinated? What we trying to figure out is was it coordinated from the police side? Which I don't think. I don't think the police was prepared to deal with that group. I think the police was prepared to deal with one or two, but that group was organized and ready to be dealt with. Which is why they came there dressed to the nine
in your clothes,
in your DNA clothes.
So speed me up a little bit.
So they got up that morning and said, "Listen,
I can put on
get ready."
So this happened. Hold on. This happened on March 3rd, right?
Right.
And then they call and say, "Listen, I need to see you or come in for questioning."
Officer called them, yeah.
Right. And in order for you to get questioned, when you get in, okay, now you arrested. We only arrested you because we need to question you. We can't question you unless you arrested.
Right.
So the day that they all went down to be questioned is the day all them out on their clothes.
Because they knew.
Right? That's what you're saying.
Because they knew.
Right. So with that said, I agree that okay.
But you can't knock them for that.
I knocking them.
You can't waste a whole going for questioning. You can't waste that. Now come on now, Peter.
No. Listen.
I even ain't being facetious. You can't waste that.
Which is why I have no problem with it. The problem
If you call me in as DNA, listen to me. If they call me as the pastor of Life Group Center and say they will arrest him, I ain't getting it. Listen, we getting down. They locking me up on Friday. I get heavy. I get heavy.
The dog and pony aspect will be keep talking about, and why we laughing at it is because the husband, he worried about what?
Yeah. But is he a lawyer? But then he may not be a lawyer.
So you think he don't know?
He ain't sure.
He wasn't sure,
but then so if it is a dog and pony show,
yes sir,
I have to play my part too now.
Yeah. So, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the
point. You're saying the good brother Komalafi. He playing the part.
Now watch this, pastor. The people who went in the uniform to put on the show,
they knew.
Look at the people
who did it.
They showed up in whatever they had on. But
none of them had on. And because that was spontaneous. Because they thought there was an assault on democracy.
Right.
The people who asked
democracy or on women.
Democracy.
They say it should be a. But everyone else out there who came to support her, in the uniform.
Who thought? I think.
No one put on the uniform.
In that, it's something to do with those three women trying to stand together. They might come.
Well, they could stand together. They're
trying to represent.
This country ain't ready for that.
They're trying to represent one part.
This country ain't ready for that.
That's something not to sleep on, you know.
You could sleep on it. You could rest on it. You could.
I get what you're saying.
No, hold on, Peter. Peter, I'm not saying that they trying to be leader. They trying to be the next leader, right? But I'm saying this. That ain't nothing to sleep on though. Yeah, I sleep on it. Don't gotta sleep on that though, Peter.
Yeah, them three in the right. So
y'all stop. Now hold on, stop it.
Pastor, them three in it.
Listen to me. Let's listen. This barbershop talk. This is the residential.
Yeah, I agree. Hold on now. See, hold on.
I can tell you what some women tell me.
I'm saying what, Peter?
And this is a small.
All I saying is, Peter, that's something that
they want to be treated friendly, but they know they're ready for a woman to lead them.
Sir, this is barbershop.
I always hear women say that they're not.
Pastor, you disagree?
Sure if they want a woman to lead them.
Denzel, do you disagree?
Who you asking, Denzel?
I asking Denzel because pastors run from granted.
Yeah, he's ducking on it.
Yeah, so Denzel, do you disagree?
That what?
That's something that you should just keep in the back of your mind.
No, sir.
No. What do you mean? What part?
The fact that the three ladies. But at one time, Loretta wanted to try and be. She want to try. She tries to be a leader.
She tried all she knows.
She wanted to be a leader of the party. And Gladys wanted to be a leader of the party.
I lost.
I understand that.
Right.
But all
you know what?
All I said is, do you think that is something that you keep in the back of your mind? It might mean that, you know.
Let me go this route. I didn't get it.
No.
I didn't get it. I didn't get how does get a woman issue.
Right.
Now those females them get mad at me. I didn't think it was there.
Because it wasn't only women that were arrested by it.
I think
like
that was sensationalism. I think they run out a little bit with that one.
They went a little far with it.
I mean to say that this happened because she was a woman.
When you was getting a PR,
yeah, I personally said my personal perspective on this was okay. Now hold on. Now that's why it happened.
That's what they making it out to be.
Yeah, I think that was a stretch. Now hold on. If they want to do it because she's a woman and do that because she's a woman, we want to just say that we supporting our sister. Right. I okay with that. Right. But don't say that this was motivated because she's a female. I don't like how that tastes. I don't
want to say it, but it has to be said.
This in the film.
If you sitting here saying to me that you think that the main concern is whatever the DNA doing, you lost. The FNM is unconcerned about the DNA.
I agree.
They don't have to be concerned.
They're not concerned. Okay? Not the least bit concerned.
The FNM is concerned about those people who wear yellow and blue, and they should be concerned with those people who wear yellow. That is their general concern.
But you just say you don't think they can win, so they concerned about them for.
No, I didn't say they was going to win. I didn't say they was going to. You want me to say what I said or not?
If you want.
Out myself. I tell you what I said. You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you what I said? Because I didn't say that.
But I think you implied.
But I ain't implied that.
What did you say? What did you
I tell you what what I can do. I never tell you what the nation can do. Because me and the nation is two different people.
And y'all go different
And
ways.
we go different ways.
Yeah.
And I feel, and let me say this to you, and I feel like we go different ways.
You in the nation?
Oh, absolutely.
So
The
the
nation good and
I
one
shall
different.
be.
But I agree with
All right. So the conversation. This is the conversation.
Right.
This is the question.
Right.
Let's use the honorable. I don't know if he's still honorable. Fred Mitchell.
I don't think you could lose honorable.
He's senator. He's
The
senator.
senator. All right.
You could lose it. I think once you're honorable, you're honorable. Eh?
No, boy. I think
All right,
people
so
say-
They take that back.
I ain't sure.
What these people petty,
no,
boy?
so
I ain't sure. I ain't in.
Man, you can't take that back to me,
I
man.
you keep that.
Man, once I honorable, I honorable for
No, you
life.
don't use Mr. now.
All right. All right. So Mr. Fred Mitchell.
No, but he's a senator.
All right.
Yeah.
Senator.
So he's still honorable.
Only right honorable you get to keep because you could only be right
Hold
honorable.
that.
Right.
I ain't gonna do my research on this.
Yeah. So anyway, so he lost his seat. He lost his seat the last election.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Was
The
fired.
election prior, he won the seat.
Was
Right.
fired before that.
So is he back to run again?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So when he's back to run this time,
Mhm.
if he wins,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Let's say hypothetically he wins the seat
When he wins.
and the PLP wins the election.
Correct.
But they got.
Did he win the seat or did they vote the lady out?
They vote the lady out.
Boy, you know what? It depends who you ask.
Let me be honest with you.
Because that's where the question
depends on
stem
who you
from.
ask.
The
That's where
way,
question
the,
stem
way I
from.
look, the way I look at the tally in that particular constituency and the way the PLP would have lost, I look at that constituency, that was tighter than other constituencies. So depending on who you speak to, that could go really and truly, that could go either way. Depending on who you talk to and whatever time of the day you talk to. That could go either way. No one's sure.
Before the water no, after the water no.
But before the water roll, definitely I can tell you. That's one bit. After the water roll,
I know we have a whole lot of wonderful female listeners and supporters of Barbershop Talk, but I don't like how we make things as a gender that ain't. I don't like how we
But you see, women
make it gender issues.
Women feel like they discriminated against. So when something could be used as discrimination,
Which women feel they discriminated against.
A lot of women.
That's another thing.
Because
See, this is another very valid point.
But you heard they say,
Mhm.
you heard they say, and that's why they feel the way they feel. The Bahamas, the country is not ready for female leadership.
Oh no, absolutely not.
So in that statement alone,
We ain't ready
did
for it.
some type of way.
We ain't ready.
Let me ask you all a question. I wrote this down. 'cause I
And
wanna
they-
ask.
and they ain't
And
coming.
we there right now. I want to
Right.
ask this question.
Mm.
There are some, and let me go to the world. I know church world.
Mm.
There are some churches
Mm.
where certain roles are defined.
Mm.
Women don't do this,
Mm.
but they do this.
Mm.
They do this.
Mm.
The men do this. The men do this.
Be careful now.
Hold on. Let me. Well, stay with me now.
Yeah, I want
You from a particular church.
I tell you be careful.
You go in them people church.
So I tell you be careful.
How dare you go and tell their women who are in that church and have absolutely no problem
Mm.
with how that function?
Mm.
Is it right for you to come from your great mother England church
Mhm.
to go in their church and say there's discrimination in this church?
Is it right for me?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
And that's what how do you impose
How do
your
you discrimination? So if you say,
How do you
so what
impose
you
your
saying
views?
is, if you feel discriminated, you discriminated.
exactly
Don't say everybody
you can't
discriminated.
tell them people who, and I use church because I know church,
Mm.
because there are still some churches where a woman can't pastor.
Mm.
There's some churches where a woman can't preach.
Mm.
But they follow a woman.
Mm.
And they understand that and they are cool with that.
Some people will tell you that not some people, and again, these are the same people who tell you they discriminated.
But
Will
they
tell
there.
you, but they will be cool with that. The people will tell you they deal with
They
it.
deal with it, yeah.
They
But
ain't cool
no,
with
but
it.
people say that from the outside. Talk to them inside.
Because they comfortable with that.
Talk to them inside. And I always that's a thought always in my mind. How do you tell somebody you're being discriminated against? Well, no, I could.
But
Well,
we had a,
But I
we
mean,
had a
that-
conversation.
but that
I-
too is a
I-
catch-22 though.
It
It's
is.
a catch-22
And that's why we
because-
gotta be careful picking
because-
this thing black and white.
Because you can say, she like Peter say, like, okay, I've been going to this church I baptized in this church.
Mm.
My mommy was such and such, and just as far as my mommy could go in the church.
Mm.
So if I continue on my path to this church, that's as far as I could go. World change, life change, circumstances change. When I get to a certain point, like, excuse me, I feel I could go past where my mommy was, but I can't really say nothing because it's frowned upon. So when they leave church and they sit down with their friends and they say, yeah, I agree, but that's just how it is in my church. So I just gotta deal with it. not necessarily saying they cool with it, but they ain't gonna come to church and say, Pastor, you know what? That's my mommy down. I really think it's time for me as a female to give an opportunity to preach in this church.
I have no problem with that happening internally. My problem is when these external forces come in and
tell
tell somebody
you what it's
not right in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally, I on that run. There was when the let me say this now, and they'll throw rock at me. When the OAS came and says we don't have enough women in House Assembly,
like to me, like all of a sudden now everyone pushing this.
Who gave you the right to say that?
Yeah.
Now let us say that. That's what I think is. I don't. Based on what? Well, based on the amount of women in the public. Well, if the women didn't offer themselves and didn't get a nomination, how you getting that?
Ask Tito, because now I know, because Tito's best friend,
hold on,
he campaigning that he get more women than anything else.
He does.
And but what does that mean?
Yeah, and that's what he get. But
But that's
what
means
that means
what does that
using
mean?
it.
That's something like what is called then affirmative in the US. So what you do is you grab some black people, don't matter, just grab them just so you can meet the quota.
Mm-hmm.
You grab some Native Americans to meet
right,
the quota.
They feel as if you're going to get.
I don't like that
you're going to get the
nonsense.
sympathetic vote.
Yeah,
because you have more females or you have females.
Let me say.
When the females offer themselves and
but how you know they haven't offered themselves?
I said
we're not saying that not, you know, but not, you don't have to use that.
But then listen.
A campaign strategy.
See, no, hold on, sir. See, listen. The reason why the OAS saying that, why they said that, is because they have background information into our political system.
Get out of our business. I ain't you all.
But say that.
No, I didn't mean you. But that's my point. My point is get out of this. Get out of this.
But for example, it's disgraceful, and it is, and I could say it.
And distasteful.
It is disgraceful that right now in a cabinet in the Bahamas in 2021, you don't have a female member. It is disgraceful.
Why is it disgraceful?
I will tell you why. Because the majority of women of voters in the Bahamas are women.
Okay.
The majority of
that don't make it disgraceful.
No.
Finish your point, because that isn't disgraceful to me.
No, it is disgraceful.
Why?
Because are you meaning to tell me in your cabinet, and this goes for the African because this is the cabinet now. You mean to tell me first woman you only get to find one woman, and the one woman you found in your cabinet, she's now gone.
Here is what is disgraceful. That is not disgraceful to me. What is disgraceful?
Let me finish.
If the 50 women who offer themselves,
you want me to finish it?
Tell me they were unfair, they were denied because they were women. That's disgraceful.
You want me to finish it?
If they didn't offer themselves,
but see, there's a horse in the room that no one want to discuss.
Talk about the horse. What's the horse?
The horse in the room is the fact that who is in the cabinet and looking at them. You look at them and you say, well, the qualification to be this cabinet is what exactly? See, no one talk about that. No one talk about it. When you actually look at the cabinet, if the cabinet were men only, right, and they were stellar performers, you look at that and you say, well, boy, you have to be a stellar performer to get
you are
redefining the disgrace. You are redefining the disgrace. That ain't the original disgrace.
No, Peter, you beat this wrong. Even if I like the move though. Even if the men
are lousy, not even if they are.
Okay, the men are lousy. Okay, but like Pastor say, how many of those women are giving up themselves to be in front politics?
Plenty.
But I can't say that. I don't know.
And then on the other hand,
but hold on, you won't go down this. You won't go down this road.
But hold on. On the other hand, But on the other hand, as a leader, and I come forward my team to try and win your votes, I am going to speak to the qualifications and the experience of the people on my team. I ain't gonna say
you're trying to win
this woman.
And the other part and the other dark horse in the room is and the other dark horse in the room.
Why can't you vote for the person that can get the job done based on the qualifications, based on your mindset, not based on the fact that she is a woman or he is a man?
I trying to win.
Let me add another point in this.
I trying to win.
We had these wonderful and I let me say this. I like Loretta Butler Turner as a politician. I mean that crew she put together and the people she had running, I had a little quest and the senators she put.
They were atrocious.
That was a little, it's something different together. But hey, no problem.
No, I like you could say the fact that Rodney Munker was a senator.
Let's keep on going.
Someone thought
let's keep on going, man. Let's keep on going.
Right,
then we got Glenazana Martin, who has been to me at times stellar in House of Assembly. She's made some powerful points. Some few missteps there.
I think she had a good portfolio on the aviation.
I think she did some good things as a cabinet minister.
Probably
however, here's my thing. So they came to the rescue and they made this point about the whole gender thing. Okay. Peter telling me women have offered themselves and being denied on the basis of gender.
Yes.
Why they ain't never tell me that? That's my problem.
Why they never tell you that?
They ain't never tell me that. Since they have this strong position and these because they are fighters for their gender.
Why all of a sudden
why hasn't let me call plain names. Why hasn't Pacasia said not Pacasia, what's your name? Pakisha. I hear Pakisha, I hear Miriam, I hear Jasmine Darius. Well, I heard it now, but she didn't get nomination for Anderson. Miss a point.
Miss Emmanuel, who's a walking meme.
Let's go. No, yeah, I know, but that's what I'm making. But I talking female politicians. Now let's go to Glennis Anna Martin. Let's go to what the woman name who won who was the nurse president? Cleola Hamilton. I get through names, just all these names. I have yet to hear a female politician on either side of the divide in any of these major parties say it's not fair for females when they offer themselves for candidacy. I have not heard that. I hear you telling me that now in the show, but I've not heard any of these wonderful, even I'll go as far as the great Janet Boswick and the other great ones. I have not heard, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard
because
that.
Because to acknowledge that as a woman, you're already coming off as weak. And in a position where you have to show strength.
So what was a couple of days ago? That was a week. If your point is that's weak, that too was then weak.
Yes, it was.
And then you having these wonderful things where you're wearing white and making these statements. So until I hear people on the inside tell me that females are not given equal opportunity, don't tell me that we need more women in parliament. Don't tell me that.
Okay.
Don't tell me that it ain't fair because women are not given opportunity. I see the wife of our good friend is now running for.
Oh, how long? Hope Sean ran in the Seabreeze.
She was my MP for a little while.
Yeah.
One voice.
Well, that's we talking about the females. You call them other
names. I call them names. Them names. So even
McCartney.
Out of
Peter, you making my point. Peter, my point is why didn't they talk about those other ladies who felt that they were wrong? Why haven't I heard their voice yet?
First of all, talk about it to who? Who they can talk about it?
The media. The same people who might they find?
The media. They can talk about it to the media.
Yes.
To say what?
That it's unfair that there's gender bias.
To say in the internal party politics we are in.
Yes.
I can offer myself as a candidate for leader.
I got out though. Are you ready out?
I ain't getting for leader. I don't but nomination.
They're not out.
We're not talking about leadership, you know.
I don't but nomination.
You never said leadership.
The nomination process for a party is internal. Or it's in most cases, it's supposed to be internal. Now, through technology, and media, it get out. Lately, beforehand, it was completely internal. Now we know more about what goes on in that party, in those party politics. If I were to give you the number of women that offered themselves for one particular party as candidates in this upcoming election, compared to who that party is selected a candidate, you would be surprised. If I were to tell you that it was almost close to 48.7%, I use an exact figure. So the people out there who know would probably know exactly the number. 48.7% women
who ran,
who offered themselves out there to be candidates.
And why were they declined? Because they were women.
Because they were women.
They were declined because
how many men were selected versus women? I just asking. I mean, this your argument,
70%.
Because we don't know. And you said that they were denied because they're women.
70%.
Were they because they're women?
Some of them were told they couldn't run in certain areas because they're women.
See, but I don't know this. My thing is, if you feel so strongly about this thing with the OAS, not you, Peter, but my thing is,
certain areas,
I heard that.
See, listen.
Well, then
they said they don't feel like that representative has been strong enough for that
for the area.
I heard that.
And guess what? There's a part of it you in discussing. A part of it is that statement true? And the statement, in fact, may be true.
The statement is true.
But again, listen to what I'm saying.
All right.
I am the one in there. See, I am the one in there telling y'all this country ain't ready for the woman leader. Me. I said that. None of y'all really said that.
I don't agree. I do not agree. I do not agree.
Why you agree, Garfield?
I don't agree.
That area,
Bahamian people ain't ready for that.
Very be ready.
I ain't sure, but they're here right now.
You're only ready for a Conky Joe Prime Minister.
Oh, definitely.
You're only ready for a white Prime Minister, a woman Prime Minister. So what it is?
Conky Joe behemoth. Excuse me, I'm not even referring to Conky Joe. That's a good go. White behemoths can't even run in certain areas. Are you out of your mind?
Listen,
if you was a white behemoth, you could run in St. Anne's. Okay, you could run if they cut your boundary and partitions a Montague and then run around.
I am getting a request here that there's a group that speaks about this all the time and would love to come on the show. Just give us a call. This is this group is called Caribbean Women in Leadership, and they speak about this all the time. Please call the station.
If they're ready for heat, tell them come.
Speak to my producer.
Yeah.
We will let you all come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I want to hear these arguments. I keep on hearing, oh, we ain't letting the women this, we ain't letting the woman that. Please, and me and Mr. Wilson always fight over this.
Always.
Because I want you to show me these big roadblocks.
Let the people say we only fight over the issue of that. We ain't fight over the other issue. No, which is better we agree on whether it should be or not. See,
now have a discussion right now.
I don't want to know what to see. I want people to understand. Just because I'm telling you, just because my opinion, just because my opinion is you may not be represented. That don't necessarily I agree that you should be represented.
I am a civil engineer by training.
Most
of the people that had designed my drawings in the engineering field
are women.
Have been women.
Absolutely.
So when the people tell me about all this discrimination against this women thing, I keep on telling them, I keep on saying it, please qualify that for me. Qualify that for me.
What they're saying
what are you talking about?
There are certain positions.
And they was making way more money than me.
Yes, there are certain positions.
They can't be the money. In my field, they make it plain money.
The Prime Minister of Bahamas is considered a glamour position. I don't really know if it's glamour or not. But I know that there are certain parties that will never elect a woman leader. And one of those parties that would never elect a woman is called the Progressive Liberal Party. You can forget it.
You mean the one that say liberal in the middle?
Oh, absolutely.
You liberal in the middle?
Forget it. That is not happening.
Let me read some comments. We have plenty. I don't forget your thought. Let's get plenty.
So Wally, before you get into them comments, you, Mr. Ramsey, believe in this day and time, right now, this good Bahama land is ready for a woman prime minister.
I don't see I answering you. I don't see no reason why not. Okay, all right. If you get, what reason can you give me that says a woman does not have the qualification in this country?
Just don't have nothing but
the order whatever it is, whatever you know.
I can find it.
What it is? Why is it that you feel like a woman can't run?
Let me read the comments. There we go. The Prime Minister has Da Vinci Liu Brunson. Y'all know that?
No.
Da Vinci. The Prime Minister has a lot to do with Miss Kumalafi being detained because the police force would not do it without the Prime Minister's permission. That I mean, I just pray those kind of things ain't right. Is erroneous. Said the Commissioner of Police wouldn't lock them up without the Prime Minister's permission. How the Prime Minister get given permission to, and if that is so weird a bad place, and I ain't saying you wrong, bro. I just saying like that's sad. He said that's my opinion. Michael Brown says the police is supposed to be in place to keep order, but our experience is the police is being used as the muzzle on behalf of the oppressive system controlled by whichever government has been in power and it's been in place for the last 50 years. That's Michael Brown. Interesting. Where did you receive this information, and how are you so sure that this was politically driven? Where is your source coming from? That's Paulie Johnson.
Which source about this?
She's questioning the brother that said that the Prime Minister had something to do with it. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, okay.
Then here comes Da Vinci responding, saying, "I don't recall the former Prime Minister Perry Christie has, or our current Prime Minister detained for disorderly." He's saying, "I don't remember Perry Christie having our current Prime Minister detained for disorderly conduct at Parliament Square at one point. Why is he doing it to Ms. Kumalafi, DNA leader?" So Da Vinci is convinced that Prime Minister is doing this. Paulie says, "Why is the country not ready for women leadership? Such a sexist statement."
Okay, I'll answer that after you finish.
Nita Mo say, "I have had amazing women leaders and horrible male leaders."
So have I. But still don't be ready for women.
And the reverse as well now. Be fair now, Nita Mo. We've had the reverse.
I've had horrible leaders, period.
Horrible leaders, male and female.
Yeah.
I don't have no source that is common sense. I don't have no source that is common sense, and the prime minister is a dictator. That is my opinion.
Okay.
Wow.
You believe
that's Da Vinci.
Too,
Paulie says I am ready for a woman to lead, and I think that it would be great to have a woman prime minister. Let me just pause here and say this. I don't understand that idea. I don't think it has to do whether it's a male or female. It's qualification, ability, and skill and prowess. So I don't. That's why I don't like this. We need more women. We need men. I don't. How we get there?
I agree.
I end there because then we end up with a case where boy we have male and female. Let's get a female.
No, we need more. No, we need more women so they could fail too. So we could see that it's not just men failing, women failing as well. Because right now all we have is men, they failing.
So let's get some women to fail too.
Let's get some women to fail too. And if they fly, then we would find out if it was good. But we need to change. We need to change the dynamic. Something need to shake up.
Yeah, but we can't.
Okay, I get more. Play more. You know, we want people to join the show. When they comment, we gotta read the comments. Yeah, no, they can catch feelings. Nita says gender does not determine leadership ability.
Thank you very much.
I agree with that.
Yeah. What did you say?
Gender does not determine leadership ability.
I don't know if I agree with that.
So that's powerful, boy.
Well, if you don't agree with it, which is fine, then you agree that men are natural leaders.
But they are.
Okay.
I believe a woman can run. You said I got quiet. I believe a woman can run this country better than a male leader. That's just my opinion because from what I'm seeing, our leaders now are not standing their ground.
Well, the last part is, I don't know if the first part is true, but the last part definitely is.
So is it agreed some women are way better leaders than men?
But I mean, yeah, but so some men are way better leaders than
I
some
was saying, I mean, when we go with,
I don't understand that part, but go ahead.
Just for the record, it's Kyle Murray. The police was not. All right, go ahead, bro. Section 103 Penal Code 33 Police Act.
I know Kyle Murray is.
So I think it is referenced that the law gives the police the right to arrest without a warrant any offense committed in his or her view. Also, the biggest power of arrest that an officer have is that of suspicion. Now, you may argue that things could have been handled differently so as not to stir emotional reactions from the public. Now, you got me when you talk about that suspicion and that point. I was with you.
Yeah.
I was talking strong.
He was forcefully, but
but then you.
That's a suspicion thing that got me. That's a little towards power, Kyle.
Yeah. I understand, but I mean, I don't. Yeah, but I don't see the connection to this.
I don't see the connection to this because there was no suspicion of a riot of a protest.
Is Kyle Murray a potential politician?
Yeah.
Is he? Y'all know him personally? Who know him? You know him? Anybody know Kyle Murray?
I know Kyle Murray.
You know him?
Yeah.
He's a potential politician.
He's a police officer.
You say they
tell Kyle when he's making a point, you gotta don't add those side points.
You say they charge the script. You know why you using such language? They charge the script. Did they charge the script?
Charge the script.
You know what charges? That's how I do the charges.
Yeah, and I don't have no problem. Let me say this. I know Kyle is right, but to me, Kyle kind of conflate two arguments there.
I'm gonna make Tito set it up. Tito kind of like this back at the 8, back at the. But like this is when you're trying to take the castle, charge of the square.
Yeah,
that's why they had to step in the way to make us say you so they're flyers, and the next thing you know,
they charge the square.
So how much of them it was? So
they sounded the Alamo.
Because if it was 50 DNA and they charge the square, they take the square.
That's it.
I get more comments. Don't forget viewers. Don't forget viewers. Anva say women are discriminated against, but in this case, I don't think it's a question of gender.
Fair enough, Anva.
Here is where it is discrimination when they are people who are qualified but they are held back because of their gender, race. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Can you prove that?
Neither. The problem is that women constantly offer themselves and are not given the opportunities that men have.
Can you
prove it?
Prove it. Yeah.
That's my question. Yeah. Prove it. Yeah. And I want to hear the people who are inside. Don't be we like cherry pick when we will make statements. I want to see you be consistent, make the statement, because I don't know. I don't be in the smokers room that Peter in. They don't let me in. I don't know what's happening. Peter, you have access to the smokers room, and once you ain't in, you have people inside. I don't have nobody.
So I'm gonna use the card and don't open the door.
I don't get in the smoker's room. There should have never been in. See, I don't agree with this statement. I can say anyway. There should never be in a population where we have 51% women that 13% representation in government.
It's only 51%.
But my thing is, I don't get that. Who determines that?
Yeah, that don't have nothing to do with
that
it.
has nothing to do with it.
They based it all on unnecessary statistics.
No, it's not necessary.
That's
unnecessary.
They based it on the pocket. We have some lousy MPs. And we need to find some lousy women MPs.
Man,
no, Carlo, that's part of it.
But you can't say we need to find some lousy women MPs.
No, we need to find women MPs and see if they're lousy, because I don't know if they can be lousy, but I know one thing.
Yeah,
we finding male MPs. So they're lousy.
Other countries in the world working with female leaders, though. Like that's like, why do you feel like we can't work? This year, Bangladesh, Barbados, Denmark, Estonia, Ethiopia, Finland, Gabon,
I find a place
Georgia, Germany, Greece, Iceland.
I'll go to Germany, but right now they under COVID lockdown.
Nepal, New Zealand, Norway,
which one you can do?
I definitely would go to none of them places.
I ready to go to any one of them. Tanzania,
got to be good.
Singapore, Trinidad and Tobago, and Barbados.
You went there.
They only
listen,
Barbados have a female prime minister because things reach rock bottom.
Listen to me.
And they reached the point there. At that point,
I can get in trouble, right?
There was no place.
So what you
But these slaves who came to the Bahamas,
what?
we were different type of slaves. We wasn't them rebellious
you wouldn't
slaves.
go to
We were well
Ethiopia?
trained.
Oh, yeah, well trained.
We were well
Oh,
trained.
no, we got slaves.
Remember now, the slaves who came here were designed for service.
Yeah, servitude.
You wouldn't go to Greece?
I'll go to Greece. Yeah, I'll go to Greece.
You wouldn't go to Finland?
Greece have a woman leader?
Yeah.
No, I do black for Greece. I can't make it.
Yeah,
Y'all gotta stop.
we were designed for service, so
Y'all gotta stop. So it ain't no such thing as women can't lead.
No.
Check out the group, Peter.
You miss. I
you have comments? You finished your comments? People have comments. Scarlett jump right in.
I would say we see my comment back.
Oh, Jesus.
So stop your mess.
I got it.
Because I saw.
But listen.
If you read a comment online, I'll tell you all of the same.
But listen. When that Caribbean group comes in, everybody tell them they better be ready for the fire. They better be ready. Because some things I gotta ask them. I hope they're ready. Because all the glisten say ain't gold.
They say they will come. I can let them. Call Madam Producer. Call the station. Talk to Madam Producer, and we can organize that. Dwayne Rhodes says, Peter, you my good, close, and personal friend. But that is a ton of foolishness.
I know. I know what you're talking about.
Your body parts do not inherently give you any right to assume an office.
Dwayne, let me tell you what to do. Tonight when you eating, go slow. Food may be natural. It may taste natural. But remember, your wife making the food. Be easy, my friend.
Nita says, there are numerous times in various positions in society that women are not elevated with higher levels of competency than male counterparts.
Which outside the political realm, which.
Watch this.
That's what I want to know.
Watch this.
Which these places are.
A male is the leader of police, right? It's a male commissioner, right?
Yeah.
Who in charge of immigration?
A male.
Who in charge of customs?
Female.
Customs closed down?
No.
Customs still twigging?
Mm-hmm.
They still bringing in all the money?
But what does that have to do with the price of eggs?
I only said the same. A female leader ain't a problem. Ain't nothing wrong with a female leader.
But anybody said there was a problem. I mean, no, Tito and
okay,
no, quite a little bit. But we ain't anybody say there is a problem.
But let me tell you.
Peter went back.
I only asked.
Let me say this to you.
Dwayne Rowe gets some. I'll come back to you, Peter.
Yeah.
Dwayne Rowe says to you, should we demand more women be construction workers? Last I checked, men are dominating that field. Where are the protests?
Oh, there are no protests. And that is always the anti-feminist view. They use the construction field as and it's factual. It's true. It is true.
But if you say that there are certain jobs that are for men and some of that for
men
women,
only,
some of that for women, people get offended.
Right.
I don't know if I like where society going, but of course I mean it is what it is. It ain't done to my liking. But you can't even make those kind of statements.
Well, we had a former leader of the effort. No, she wasn't. No, she led the government business in the House because she had the support of her fellow male colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is the highest position outside of course, the Governor General, but that's the Governor General is a ceremonial position.
Mm-hmm.
That was the highest a woman had risen, Miss Loretta Butler Turner. And for the most part, some of the decisions she made were just some of the personnel choices were atrocious.
But you know what is amazing? I don't.
You can laugh, but they simply.
But for me personally, I don't know. But for y'all, it wasn't like, oh my God, we got a woman running the opposition business. No,
I felt good. I felt good about it because I wanted to see. No, because for me, I
didn't even know that was like you said. You didn't unless you bring it to your attention. You didn't know. Okay,
but I wanted to see it,
and people wanted to see it. People wanted to see what she was going to do. And when she did what she did,
yeah,
she pushed women back another 50 years. Just one appointment.
Come on, man, Garfield. That's a strong statement you make, man, Garfield.
Yeah, yes, you did.
50 years?
Yeah, but not. I wouldn't say 50.
Okay, I run it out.
But they wasn't going nowhere anyway.
But what if the views expressed by Mr. Wilson are not those shared by all of us?
Listen, Garfield.
In order to be leader of the PLP or the FNM, you have to get their internal. There are one group stalwarts and the next group. What they call them, taught something. You have to get those persons to vote for you. Mm-hmm. You show me the woman candidate that could get a majority of either of those coalitions to support them. Well, you know what? If this next election goes as people predicted to go, because a lot of people saying after we get wiped away like how water's washed side and things like that. So people predicted that after we get wiped away like clean sweep. So if in theory, if the FNM goes the way the people expect them to go, and Loretta Butler Turner emerges, her previous statements on that our now Prime Minister, Hubert Minnis, would be accurate. And I guess she could rise above and say, well, I told you all so. And in that case, maybe she could be leader of the FNM. Maybe.
And welcome back, Rodney Mungo.
Well, at that point, Rodney's a PLB now. I mean, I guess Rodney can come back.
Yeah,
he can come back.
Yeah.
Let
me get some more comments. There's a whole organization called Civil, and they say all the time that women are not given the same opportunities as men in leadership.
Who leads Civil?
Please, probably a woman, yeah. Okay. This organization grooms women for politics. Why don't you invite them on the show and ask them?
Do we groom men for politics too? Or are they just specifically grooming women for politics?
I don't know.
That sounds like a sexist group to me.
Very sexist. They only groom women. No men being groomed. Anyway, and we say, but y'all are scrutinizing the women and speaking about their accomplishments. Why aren't you doing the same for the men? That's where the discrimination comes in. No. We were having a conversation on it.
We working with us now. We just make sure we put it on their date. We just make sure that you know.
You ain't hear me say we have lousy leaders. He
is making a bet. You beat somebody. Ain't you? Yeah.
Lousy.
Eating some tofu or something. He wasn't paying attention.
Neither most of the people on the inside are saying it, but men don't give them the space to listen. No, because I mean, I can say this, Nita Mo, I can tell you one thing. One of the problems is y'all little civil operation. Right. Y'all need a PR director.
Yeah, good one.
Because we even know y'all exist.
No, we don't.
So y'all have a Facebook page?
Pastor, you betty.
No, I didn't let her know because y'all these champions and we didn't even know y'all exist. So y'all need to get a Facebook page.
The first thing I always tell women they need to do is first they need to get internally as a group. They need to get themselves together.
That's one of the most difficult things to do.
Because if it's 51% of y'all in theory, I should be able to stop you from doing nothing.
Yeah, but see, wherever a lot of women is major chaos.
But I gave out to the OAS thing, right? It's wrong.
It's a liberal man in my
that OAS statement that Peter and Carlo agree with. That it's a disgrace for the amount of women in the country.
It's a disgrace.
That statement there. My challenge with that statement.
I didn't agree with that.
You say you want women prime minister?
I said I don't see that wrong.
If we have 40 candidates for running for political office from each party, right? 40. I think at least 10. You know, me and you want at least 10. I know that 10-5 you all will lose it, and 5 you all will lose anyway.
Why? I agree with Pastor. Why?
What if the women? What if the women? The 51% of
Unqualified.
them. What if?
Unqualified.
Not
What
even ain't qualified. I go back to what Pastor
What if
say.
the 51% of the women in the country? What if 39% of 51 say, "I want a man leading"?
Okay,
What's wrong with that?
And
Why is that a disgrace?
There's nothing wrong with 39% of them saying that. The issue I have with them is they need to step up, because out of the 40 we have and the 37 men, 33 of the men lousy.
That's not talking for the
No, I need them to step up.
But Peter, even if the 37 men or 33 men lousy, right? You just can't say you want 10 females just for having females sake.
Yes, I want that female. I consider it.
Just for females
No,
sake.
Pete.
I believe in affirmative action.
No, Pete.
Oh, you believe in that?
Absolutely.
I've been there and I've seen the affirmative action, and I actually want to run. I've been up close and I've seen
Let me
it.
tell you why.
I know.
So Peter,
Because they all got a token
Peter.
price, all got a token reward.
Yes,
I don't like the token stuff.
Yes, I understand.
So Peter.
Yeah.
So you get one of them females from affirmative action, right? They join the join.
To join our
right?
group?
They join your political party.
Yeah.
And you all win, and she, you all win. You all do 25 years, 5 terms, back to back. She's the only Lone Ranger, never lose.
Right.
She eligible to be leader of the party?
Of my body?
No, man. Hypothetically, not your party, not your mind.
Oh, because
She can't be leader.
No. In this country?
She's the only woman in the party out of the 5 terms you all win, never lose a seat. Win. Hands down.
Right.
Doing everything she's supposed to do.
Excellent boyfriend.
Excellent candidate.
Yeah.
excellent member of parliament.
And me in the Bahamas.
And read the mom.
No, she can't lead.
5 years. So she's still just
Even in your body?
No.
she's still just holding one.
No.
Out of 5 years?
I'll have to sit her down and say, listen, who's a good boyfriend? But this the Bahamas, baby. Can't lead this.
This
Deputy. At least deputy.
This deputy.
She can make
No,
deputy.
you can make deputy once they know who in control. Who can be deputy leader?
Dwayne says most men don't aim to be politicians. It's a select few of highly driven, highly assertive, and weird, for the most part, that have such ambitions.
Yeah.
The traits that make up certain professions, men just tend to have in a greater proportion. He didn't say politics, he just said certain professions.
Okay, that's fine.
I ain't fight with that.
Boy, y'all ain't
I keep passing one day.
Anva says go to Tanzania and go to New Zealand.
Hands in anyway.
I was you, Anva. I won't go far places.
I keep telling you, Mr. Ramsey, and this is the 5th time. This is the last time I can tell you. Deputy Prime Minister is a show position. It was created. That is not a real position. They have no authority. I keep that. They have no authority.
And I heard you say that over and over and over, right?
Reno Lewis says Turks as well have a female leader, I think.
Yeah, we said thing. Oh,
Yeah.
no, we didn't say
The
30.
Turks leader of their country is Queen Elizabeth.
That's
like
what I
the
thought.
leader
Too.
of ours.
I don't know. Really
I don't know what Reno does.
I don't really know, but I think but they do have a female leader though.
They have female leader.
They do have a female leader,
Yeah.
but it's not the woman.
But it's not that woman.
No, it's another woman.
She, her last name, her last name is Windsor, and she live in Essex.
Yeah. Mary, our good listener, regular listener says women leaders are competent and actually overachieve. Now, Mary Librarian Walker.
I mean, I had some bad teachers, they were horrible leaders.
I don't know if overachieving is always positive.
I ain't gonna tell you because they try so hard to show strength. They sometimes just overdo it.
I don't know if you meant the word over. I mean, overachieve. Yeah. I know as a big fan of overachievers because
they don't want to seem weak.
Mary says, I see female construction workers as well, and they also have to overachieve to validate their abilities and capabilities.
Well, in that job, you have to.
Yeah. If I live in a bucket of cement and you should have 2 buckets of cement.
Yeah.
That's what I try to see. If you
carry the light thing and I carry 2 buckets of cement.
Yeah, especially if we getting paid per carry, per load. Yeah.
See, we got to pick how we can do this because now on the flip side, now, the good president, because y'all got rid of Donald, y'all didn't want Donald, no problem. Oh, yeah. And now we get Joe.
I told you I was getting that.
You got your wish. You got Joe.
Yeah.
And Joe is saying that the brethren who change the gender now to sisterin, that he should be allowed to compete in the different sporting events.
That ain't what Joe said.
That is what Joe them saying.
No, that ain't what Joe them. What Joe's saying is
they can be allowed to compete.
Joe's saying the people can decide whether they be allowed to compete. Joe's saying there ain't gonna be no mandate that they can't compete.
That means they can compete. Stop it. What I mean is,
So indirectly they can compete.
you know what? You know what I know for sure.
You sound like a politician.
He's like a PLP.
No,
But he is confirming that that's PLP language.
but what you all want Joe to say? Joe can't come out and say transgender shouldn't compete.
See, we had this question before.
So then, and then now the women's groups are saying this is unfair.
They should say that.
No, my problem is
Because they don't transgender.
how do you
compete against no woman?
No, but y'all say it's equal.
Yeah, pick your poison.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they trying to pick
We
your
are
poison.
not equal.
Who says equal?
No,
We are not
when arguments come, male and female are equal.
Oh,
But
are we talking about this?
Yeah,
Okay.
and now, okay, no, it's not fair for the female athletes. See, you now chopping the legs off your own argument. Yeah. So they got to pick their poison and realize that the male and the female are not equal.
Yeah, not physically.
You sure not physically?
Not in all cases.
But how we can be equal? Can we?
So the question was asked that
Equal means the same.
Hold on.
Definitely not the same.
The question was asked the other day. So you have a big scrap woman. Let me use Carlo.
Be careful. Be careful.
Lady.
That's why I told you be careful.
Yeah.
lady's
Now I
about-
agree with Mr. Wilson. Please be careful.
The lady's she's about 6'6".
Oh God, watch it. Tito,
Weigh
man.
about 220.
I 5'7", I weigh 180. Why wouldn't use me? Why use somebody
She
bigger than
grabs
me?
Carlo.
Yeah.
That's why you want to use
It's right there.
And she slaps him. Bye-bye.
Is she? But this is a authority to slap.
Hold on.
Okay.
Carlo hits her back. Do you jump up and say Carlo wrong?
It depends on if she have a uniform.
She's
on.
6'6".
Depends on if she have
Ain't
a
no
uniform.
uniform. Because they have a dispute at the house. They put
Oh no! If she
boyfriend.
slap Carlo and Carlo slap
She's
Carlo,
6'6", she 320. She
No.
grabs the little man.
No.
His leg is dangling. She hit him too. Bow, bow. He managed to reach up high and hit her back.
That's assault.
Is he wrong?
No, sir, that's assault. If she grabbed Carlo
Okay.
and she hit him and Carlo hit her back,
Dancer, let's use Dancer.
yes, sir.
6'4", 6'3".
Right,
He grabs a lady like Carlo size.
Why don't you, boy? You sharp, boy.
150.
right,
Grabs her.
right.
Slap her. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Is he wrong?
Yes, that's assault.
You want I close my case?
That's assault.
Boy, we speaking now. We speaking how we want it.
No, we don't pick it. That's assault.
I know one thing. If that woman who tells the slap go to the police station,
Yeah.
they get fair.
They give
If
him.
I go to the police station, they
laugh
laugh
at
at
you.
me.
Yes, that's assault.
They can say,
They can laugh and say, where she is? Where
They
she
can
is?
say,
Come, let's
"Guys,
go. Bring
they
your
can say, "Guys."
lights up.
If that person grab Carlo, unknown but knows him with no police uniform or no authority, and slap him, and he slapped him, what's about? Who am I to say anything?
Nita Mo says, if women wants to work in a certain capacity and she is competent, she should not be blocked due to gender. Absolutely. We have no problem with that.
But I ain't hiring you to pull cement, Nita Mo. If the fella could pull 4 cases of cement, you only could pull 1.
That's a problem.
I mean, let's just be honest. And I'm only using that as an example.
Yeah.
Right.
That ain't me being.
And watch them. What if a man only can lift one?
Then
No, we fire him
Then
too.
you fire me, you wouldn't be hired.
No, we fire him
Does he
too.
slow me down?
Absolutely.
This sounds like the argument that white people use when they say all lives matter.
I get the context of what they're saying, but I don't agree with it.
I don't see that that's the same thing. Mary Walker says healthcare abounds with women leaders.
I don't like black.
And
lives matter as a statement either.
I just said this to Mary Walker, that engineering does as well. A lot of other businesses are abounding with women leaders. You know, we
Like,
and I think that makes the point where I say
a woman in the back of garbage
only politics, and the reason and the reason why politics there are no women leaders is because politics are groups. It's a very small group. Y'all continue to act like it's a big group of people.
no women politics and the church. I let me say it, and the church.
Yeah. But there are a lot of women leaders in church. Eh?
Yeah, but not in comparison to men.
Yeah.
No?
Not even close. They just get to a certain height and then
Yeah.
they just be like, no.
But there's a reason why.
No, I mean, I think a lot of that they're allowed to be now, and I say allowed because there was a time when they weren't. Just be honest, but that women in most faiths are allowed to be pastors.
But let's.
However, most opt not to.
You and Tito deep in the faith. So let me say this, as someone who's not deep in the faith. The Bible is
any Bible though.
I do, so that's why I'm going to tell you. The Bible is a book that a lot of people, even non-believers, lean on. You know that.
Yeah.
When you look at historical characters in the Bible, they're dominated by men. That's just the facts. So as a person in the church who uses the Bible as the foundation of what you going off, you looking at the background there. So I mean, when you want to tell the stories of great women in the Bible, I mean, if you want to be, a lot of the other women ain't going to hear this, but if you want to tell the stories of great women in the Bible, it's only a handful. That's just the facts.
Well, I mean, they're let me go here and women, they can fall back in love with the pastor now. Yeah. That from the beginning, that was not the case. Sin brought up this disparity that exists between the male and female. If we be totally honest, when you read scripture in the beginning, the Bible says a woman is a helpmeet, and that speaks to them working in partnership together, the male and the female. Of course, the roles are defined, but they work in partnership together. When you see after the curse, there's a statement that we don't like to talk about, and where God says, "Now, girlfriend, your desire will be to your husband." That came post the fall of man. Now, the beautiful thing is, 1 John 3:8 says Jesus came to destroy the works of the devil. That was done with sin. Jesus came to restore it. So now, since Jesus has come and we've been redeemed from the curse, that's where the Bible comes in Ephesians 5 and says that we submit one to another. Okay. Not the woman just submit to the man, and that's full stop. That's bad theology. The theology, the rightly dividing the word of truth now is that we submit one to another. So it's not suggesting in any way that the woman is inferior. But they're just different roles. Okay. And that's where I think that's where we struggle with. They're different roles.
So in the church, it's just that you saying that in the church, the leadership, I mean, there women have a lot of roles, but it's just that in that leadership realm, they just haven't reached.
You extrapolating this further than I extrapolated. I ain't carried that far, but I just said, right. No, I see what I do though. And that was smooth too. You trying to get me tied up. No. No, but there are women that serve in high leadership roles. Very high leadership roles.
You just say the top role. That's what you trying to say?
I'm trying to give you cover for why there's not enough, because you say there's not a lot of women in the top roles of the church.
No, and it's truth, and it's truth,
and it's based on the fact that women know that it's frowned upon.
I don't know if it's just so frowned. I don't
frowned upon, but for what reason?
Like they are still.
Are they not offering up themselves?
Well, let's say
not a greater man. No.
I recounted that.
Yeah, let's say in the non-Catholic and Anglican world, let's be specific, because if you Catholic, you can't be no leadership.
Right.
Okay, so let's.
Before we forget it, I won't get this comment here because Nita Mo from this Caribbean Women Leadership Group, but I know Nita Mo good. Yeah. The conversation could be lifted and placed in a voiceover for white racist men saying why blacks should not be given opportunity. I totally disagree, Nita Mo, because no one is talking about the women being less than or whatever. That never came here. So I don't think you could tie this into the black and the white racist argument. I don't know. Y'all agree? I disagree.
No, I don't think.
Because nobody talked about that either women being inferior.
No.
I thought we were
less than.
I thought first of all, we started we were being very specific about prime minister and leadership roles in politics.
Right.
And I think what Nita Mo got to understand is that in our country, I don't know where she's from, but in our country, again, I say it for the umpteenth time, they are controlled by a very small group of persons. And none of us in this room, by the way, are in any of those groups to have decision making.
That's your disclaimer, because you in plenty groups.
Yeah, but I ain't in those groups.
Just making sure.
But if I was, I would go.
But I know it's 48. I know it's 48.7.
If I was, I was good.
Smokers room access. Like key card, soon get the glass.
I was good along with the group.
Lord Jesus.
They know why.
Women do need to step up, but just as with racism, the group in control also needs to allow it. Just ponder the abolition of slavery. You pushing the slavery thing, and I don't agree.
Yeah, hard.
I agree, Nita Mo. I use my girl, but no.
Yeah, we I don't think it's the same thing.
No,
it's a different argument.
No,
the argument.
Dwayne Rhodes says 100% of the humans that give birth are women. So how is it that so many men are successful gynecologists? Should not their practices be failing? But as I recall, Dr. Minnis and many others were very successful in the field.
I be getting the question at the end, but I'll get back to you on that.
Lionel Barbie say, "Walk away, Tito. We don't hit women. Walk away."
I'm sorry, sir. If a strange woman come and hit me, my first reaction is hit her back. I don't know what's happening.
I pray none of your daughters desire politics as a career. Because that's Nita Mo again. Boy, Nita back on this thing.
Yeah.
Nita.
No, they won't. None of my daughters will. They will. They won't.
How much? None of your daughters?
Yeah, but she say I have daughters, so I get her. And I've answered her. No, they won't. Why would they be? Why would they go to something they can't lead it?
Oh, Jesus, Peter.
I don't want them.
We all do not agree with Peter. One thing that women can't be leaders in politics.
There's nothing physically. See again. There's nothing physically stopping the woman. See, Nemo, listen to me because I think you misunderstand. There's no physical deterrent. There's no physical deterrent to say you cannot. The deterrent is us, the electorate, saying you can, and we are free-minded thinkers. You can't blame the electorate for that. You can't force me to vote for someone because they're a woman. I am here advocating that there be more women candidates. That don't necessarily, I believe there will be more women MPs by the way.
Nita Mo says, just for the record, the majority of my comments are for Peter.
I understand. I understand.
Oh man, listen, we gotta go. I mean, I knew he was gonna get to no more topics. This is gonna be the main one. I saw something interesting in the paper we didn't get to. I heard that and you are more of an economist than I am. I'm not at all an economist, but I heard that the Attorney General said that they borrowed $400 million in U.S. In foreign currency because that the Bahamian dollar is on the verge of being devalued.
Every financial person come out and ask him what is he talking about.
Right. I thought that was very interesting.
Well, first of all, what the leader, what is the
Attorney General doing? Talking
finance in the first place. That's what I found.
Because I just sitting there, man. I said, hold on, man. That don't really compute.
That got a whole lot of traction.
Can I say something candidly that I'm annoyed every time I hear the Attorney General speak? And the reason why I'm annoyed is because I personally believe that the Attorney General of this country should be an elected official.
I agree.
I don't believe
not favor.
I don't believe you should be appointed Attorney General.
I think
I have a problem with that.
Yeah,
and that's something I think
because you don't know
move forward we need to address seriously.
You know why they ain't gonna address it?
Why would they?
They ain't gonna address it, man.
The same reason why, and we can leave on this note, the same reason why our leader of the opposition blasted the PM on promises that the PM had made when he was running for his leadership. And rightfully so, by the way, about freedom of information, set term limits, and I think
a couple of things he said.
Set term limits, and I think a set election.
But the pandemic came, man. Come on.
What the pandemic have to do?
Got busy. There's a lot of things going on.
That don't stop him from exercising every morning. Yeah, every morning he's still exercising.
When I dealing with you on the promises you didn't make, I didn't slide in there the promises that I was going to make. Basically saying, so if I said you ain't fulfilled your promises, if I was interested in fulfilling the very next thing I'm about to be, but since you ain't doing it,
I can do
it.
Right.
But I didn't do it.
We end with this one here.
No.
Of course not.
We have asked how the government doing. Let me ask this question around the table. I can start to my left.
LP.
Is the PLP gaining ground, Mr. Battle, like around the room? Is the PLP gaining ground?
From what I get here in the barbershop.
You're too far from the mic. They would get you.
From what I get here in the barbershop, no.
PLP isn't gaining ground. I know he can say it. Garfield colors are very loud. He don't hide them. He colors very not because he light skin, but he colors. I mean, this dude don't hide where he is. He's making it abundantly clear.
If anybody is sure, now they know.
It's the PLP gaining ground, Mr. Burrows.
I say no.
Of course.
But I say no. I say no. No.
Mr. Wilson, is the PLP gaining ground?
The only thing the PLP should be doing right now is trying to figure out what colors of the officers they got to withhold, getting the paint ready. Like certain officers, of course, they may be white now, so they need to decide when they get in there what color the office can be. If they gaining ground.
Oh, yeah, you talking about I ain't sure.
I don't think they gaining ground per se, but I think the F for them losing.
Hello, game after that.
That means
it could be
because the F for them losing traction doesn't necessarily mean the PLP gaining.
And that's why I didn't ask about the F for them. I asked about the PLP. Is the PLP gaining ground?
Nope. Man, the PLP gaining ground.
PLP is government.
Because let me ask Peter. Did the PLP, did the FNM gain ground last election, or did the PLP lose ground?
PLP lose ground.
PLP lose ground, sir.
All right, so the FNM did not really gain much ground.
That's the basis of my comment.
Exactly, that's what I'm making. So now
we fire people in the army.
We don't hire people.
But you just suggested that the PLP is gaining ground now. Are they gaining ground?
They gaining ground by the process of everyone will fire the tenants in office.
That's my point.
Your point is that
after them losing traction.
But the PLP ain't gaining that.
We are very
not yet. I think they will eventually.
We fire people.
Boy, if they ain't get it yet.
We fire people. We fire people, and we also then hire the people we know. Even if they were the last people we fired years ago, we still we'd give them another chance. Now, Tito preposition is that these other fringe groups, and notice I call them fringe.
Right.
These other fringe groups have a chance.
But Tito only vote for him because he's got it here.
I will tell Tito that if it's 40 of them, and I said to you again, me and you could have a wager we give it our local charity. If if 37 of them get a deposit back, excuse me, if 3 of them get a deposit back, they had a good night. If 40 of them run, if 3 of them get a deposit back, I'll take that. They had a good night. Oh, okay.
Because here's my thing.
You did a bet?
Here's my thing, Tito. What they doing differently?
3 of them?
Who done bet?
The fringe groups, as Peter called. You listen, you trying to tell me you different. You different from these other 2 parties.
But the person they believe in, he can't even vote for.
Okay, so you had stepped in the room when I made this comment. If I walk to this corner and fall in a hole, I know that's a hole, so I'm not going back there. If I walk to this corner and fall in the hole, I know that's a hole, I'm not going back there. I know in this corner over here.
You know it's not going on.
No, because I never walk over there. But when I walk over there, I fall in the hole. Now, I got to be a crazy man to walk from this hole back to the hole, thinking the hole can change.
You could walk on the hole. You could go around.
It's a corner. You don't walk around that.
I want to talk about next show. We talk about the male, the female thing, the gender thing. I want to find out whether age and experience matters.
Age and experience should matter.
I want to talk about that. You sure you agree?
I agree with it. I agree that.
But what experience, Pete? You know what?
Next show. I try to find producer.
Not a producer.
No,
this is right now the time to cue the music. This is why you making no sense.
You stay right there. I'll be ready for next week.
You say age and experience matters.
It does.
But
I try to call it producer right
somebody. First of all, you can't even vote for him. Second of all, he don't have no experience.
He don't?
What experience he have? Jumping from body to body?
What's your point?
He don't have no experience.
He don't have no experience?
Anyway, he preaching, he has no experience.
Y'all stop it. And let me say this, that I can say this.
So let me ask you a question. Brave have experience?
Brave been a politics for long.
He ever lead the party?
And the producer, don't mind what you're talking about. Just start the music. Just start the music.
Did our prime minister have experience? Answer the question. Did our prime minister have experience?
Political experience.
But did he have experience?
Lost
in the sauce. Lost in the sauce. And that's what the Obama says right now, lost in the sauce.
I don't know why why do you need to say with you?
He would be a soon. He could be a soon so he can defend himself. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We have had a very interesting show. And apparently the show doesn't want to end, but I invited them. I didn't mute their mics. I hope y'all can hear them. I didn't mute them. You all have a blessed night, everybody. We'll see you next week at 5 o'clock. For Power of the Talk. Be gone.